explain to you all.
Okay.
Okay, so we know that the fleet, the ships are coming in. What it seems like is the Witness is winning some kind of battle here. Okay, we don't know exactly everything that's going to happen, but it seems to be that at least we are losing some aspect of Earth and EDZ. It seems like Callus. There's a picture of also one of the pyramids is now on the EDZ, kind of like the one we see, in the Throne World for the raid. And that goes along with what they were showing us too, with the seasonal side of the story. We have the expansion, and then we also have the season part. And they said that we're rescuing people. We're fighting this battle on Earth. So it really seems to be in some aspect, obviously, that the Witness has done something with the fleet. And Callus, of course, Callus is a disciple of the Witness now. And the Earth is in danger, and we're trying to fight for it back or something. Yeah, we saw Callus as a disciple of the Witness. It's really interesting. He seems to be like in some big, not coffin, but some box or something that they bring forward, and like he's been reshaped. He can actually you think of him as like this big jelly thing, but he can actually walk around. He looks like somewhat trim for a large cabal. And it even says like basically, my new state matches my inner beauty. And you see him in all this cool looking armor. And so the implication there is that, as a disciple of the Witness now, maybe his body was somewhat changed or whatever. He has this ship called the Typhon Imperator. That's that big Callus ship with like the picture of Callus's head on the back or the front or whatever you want to call that. Let's not get into that argument. And that ship is, you see in the cutscene, it's with all the pyramid ships, but then also you see it you're going to see it as part of the area in the LightFall campaign in the City of Neomuna. As an area, they even said you can go on the ship and explore it. So this Neomuna is like this huge, huge area, of course, like any new area we get when we have a good Destiny expansion DLC. There's going to be areas from they said beach areas with like diamond sand that's blowing around to like the city area to like the area where Callus's ship is. Gator will love this. There's an arcade lost sector with arcade machines in there.
Oh yeah, I saw it. My favorite lost sector now.
Yep. There's a puka pond area. We'll know more about that later. And a lot of cool areas. All right. They also showed us more information about the grapple with Strand. And they told us that it is taking a grenade slot. And at first it's like, oh man, but it makes sense. Here's what's cool about it. So I don't know if that means like we can put a different grenade in when we're doing our Strand subclass instead of the grapple. But what we do know is when we want to do the grapple, it takes a grenade slot. But think of it this way. The way they described it is, think of your body as being the grenade. What you're going to do is you throw the grapple out. You can either, of course, grapple to midair or some object, but you can also grapple to enemies. So when you use it, you throw it on an enemy, then that actually stuns the enemy, and then you finish with yeeting your body over. You grapple your body over, and you do a little melee damage when you hit the enemy. So your whole body's like becoming a grenade that jumps into the enemy. So I actually think that's pretty cool once I really realized all that, even though it's taking a grenade slot. Okay, a couple more things here, and I want to hear everyone's thoughts. We learned about the Cloud Striders. There's Rohan and Nimbus. Nimbus is the rookie one, and they're like these really cool fighters and defenders of the city. Although, what have they been defending, though? Because no one knew about this place. Maybe it's internal strife and factions, but
I know the answer to that, Kingsley.
What's that?
I know the answer to that.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and jump in.
Anybody who doesn't want, I guess, like a mini spoiler about it should like stop listening at this point. But I think it was Tassie, Astacross. Somebody asked Joe Blackburn about this during that whole thing that was going on, and apparently he's fighting the Vex, or the Cloud Striders have been fighting the Vex. Like the Vex have been, I guess, in Neomuna, and that's the reason why the Cloud Striders.
So Vex are the only ones that have known about it, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And then the Tormentors. And I have a little theory here too that goes along with this. We keep seeing this lose the light. And we know that, well, we're not losing our light classes long term because we know about like changes coming and stuff. And some people speculate, well, maybe it'll be gone for certain parts of the campaign. But here's how the Tormentors work. They told us they have this dark harvest thing where they pick us up. It's almost like they're doing a finisher on us. They're like squeezing us and sucking out our powers. Well, what if that's a thing where if you get caught in that, then you lose your light abilities for a couple minutes. And then if that was the subclass you were using, and then you can't use it for a little bit. Just think about that. Okay, one last thing, and I want to hear everyone's thoughts. They showed us a little bit more on Guardian ranks and accommodations. I do have kind of a concern about Guardian ranks. I think accommodations are going to be awesome, actually. But when they showed the Guardian ranks, if you pause and look at that screenshot, it really just looks like the Triumph system. And they're saying like, well, this is what you're supposed to run to prove you're a good player, and you can get to level 10 and everything. But they had stupid things on there like purchase upgrades from the war table, get bow kills. I'm like, really? We have to do all this to prove we're a level 10 Guardian ranks person, and that means we're a good player? I think I'm going to way more for accommodations than Guardian ranks personally.
Maybe this is maybe tying in Kingsley to the history of what you've played in the past. Maybe the past
we'll
seasons
see,
and stuff.
But what they showed so far, and I know this isn't everything, but that's my little TLDR.
Okay,
discuss away any of those
all right.
points.
It looks like Dez has been unmuted here, so let's start with him.
Yes, this is one of those things I've watched various times myself. It is nice, I will say. Just to kind of, I guess, pivot on the point, Vex makes sense for them to defend against, considering the Vex invasion of the solar system started on Europa. For those of those, hang on, let me take a breath. For those of those that remember the Deepstone Crypt lore, the Vex's entry into the solar system started in Europa, which makes Neptune something of a viable target for them to continually go after. But I will say this Vidoc was super interesting in like just showing off those last little bits of strand just before people can get their hands on it. So fantastic that you essentially become what was that character? I think he's officially labeled Wrecking Ball, called Hammond in Overwatch, where you grapple onto a thing and become a cannonball. Cool things. Yeah,
it really seems like you're using your body to kind of like pull forward and then hit the enemy.
Yeah, he was clinging onto a sparrow in the trailer where he was slamming his body, slinging it past. That was pretty cool.
And the fact that apparently objects can become anchor points is a very interesting perspective, and just adds like a whole new layer to potential like movement and getting around things if you're moving with the object you're connected to.
Or
Weird.
the person you're connected to, like, I don't know, a Thunder Crash Titan going for, point B with 4 hunters tethered on his butt, right?
Thunder Crash has been nerfed.
That will be insane.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Let's
a sore
do it.
subject. I'm sorry. It's a sore subject. Who else? Hazel.
I just wanted to say that I thought that this Vidoc was completely unnecessary.
Yeah. Okay, good.
To me, there was no reason for it. I mean, they didn't talk about anything in the future. They just,
There was
it was all
nothing,
just kind of
there was
like
nothing
more
behind
hype.
the curtain.
There was just more hype. I mean, the only thing that they're keeping from us right now is just the story part. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. Thank God. I mean, glad they haven't ruined that. But it just seemed really unnecessary to me. And that was kind of my thought going into it too. I'm like, well, what are they going to show us? What are they going to tell us? It doesn't mean anything. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I kind of
Well,
wanted
it's like
to
a
see-
longer trailer. If trailers are unnecessary, also, it was pretty hype filled.
mean,
Still,
It was. It was a 16-minute trailer, I thought.
I mean, it's still a hype train, 100%. But also at the same time, they do. As far as saying it's entirely unnecessary, I can't say I agree with, considering they do at least give the details of.
Yeah, well,
I guess the season.
they do
Well,
explain
not
it.
really details, but Yeah, they
And the
give
details
you
of the grapple. We didn't know the grenade
yes.
thing yet.
Well, like I said, it does finalize like the certain little things about Stratton that we were missing. But to be fair, that's trailer material, 100%. Rather than no, I can still agree that it's hype fluff, right?
Well, I mean, at
It's
least
more
you had
hype
the
fluff.
teams. At least you had the teams assigned to those areas speaking up about it, what they were trying to do.
I'm also glad it took them a while. I forget his name, but the dev that's apparently still there, that is now
Yeah.
infamous in the
Mhm.
Destiny community for the dude that makes the noises.
Dave Samuel.
Yeah, they had him there. They explained like 2 or 3 different powers, and he didn't say anything. And I was worried for a minute. But then, like that last thing, he actually did his thing, and it's like, all right, cool. They did it. They're aware.
And it was the Warlock one. And guess which
Right.
one they talked about the least? Hate to stoke this fire again. Titan.
But you were talking about how they can use the tether, right? What blew my mind is he's like, yeah, so you shoot an enemy, or hold on, how did it go? You tether through the air, you kill an enemy, he creates a ball, you tether to the ball, you grab the ball, you throw the ball, you tether to the ball as the ball is flying through the air, you catch the ball, you throw the ball down, it detonates their enemies, and then you do your crashing slam to finish off what's left. I was like, what?
It's awesome.
Uh,
You sound a little excited.
Yeah, he's
Well,
excited.
yeah, I'm on the hype train. I'm really looking forward to this. Everything the hunter can do, I am on board with. And I've always loved kunai with chain as a weapon archetype. And when I saw that, and initially I was disappointed because when they showed it the first time, it looked like it was a one-off where he just spins it and you're done, right? But no, he's like running and stab, spin, stab, spin. I was like, dude, that's an awesome roaming super. That's going to be broken right there, you know? So I'm very much on the hype train right now for everything that I've seen for the hunters.
All right, I told you I had a question for Dez, and this is my question. Looking at that trailer, they're Callus is all in his new drip coming out of his box. I'm reading the lore book right now that they mailed us, the hardcover, and I'm reading the lore over where Callus's scribes are talking about this alternative world that never happens. God, what's the book called? I can't even think of it now. Of course, I can't think of it right now. But anyway, it's all these scribes talking about how the shadow of Earth killed the Vanguard and all these inflated things. It's like one of these countries has no clue what's going on outside of it. Callus seems like a buffoon to me, and everyone's saying, well, Callus isn't really scary. Well, is he really supposed to be scary, or is he more the punchline?
No, he's not a punchline at all.
He's
not
charismatic.
Really?
What are you talking about?
No, his entire shtick as an enemy is he's a mastermind type. Really? He is not your brute force type. He is not your powerful type. He is not your juggernaut. He is not your apocalypse for Marvel nerds out there. He is 100% like the Lex Luthor. He is the dude with no powers that does other things to get in the hero's way. The fact that they've, I don't know about plan, but at least set up his lore in a way where he came to us to recruit us as shadows by putting on a game show on the Leviathan.
Right.
He did that purely just to mess with us. He had no real intent of joining Guardians, of benefiting Guardians. He did it for his own amusement. His entire goal was to become a disciple of the darkness, which was hinted at in his very early lore when he looked into the void and he said, "I'm following you."
That was from that was from that extra mission.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was what?
It was in the lore readings from the where we got the Dead Man's Tale. What was that mission? The Presage?
Well,
it was in some of the lore readings of that.
No, yeah, they expanded on it in that, but that bit of lore was like D2 vanilla launch collector's edition stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So the fact that he went and stared out into an empty spot in space and basically got a message from the universe.
Yes, I read that.
Was when they introduced him back in D2.
Yeah, it's like his attitude totally changed, and he was all about the end times.
Exactly, and he's about the nothingness. He is about the final shape.
Yeah, There we go. All
Yes.
right. Yeah. That's what I was curious about because I'm reading this.
So,
book.
yeah,
It's
this is-
fascinating. Chronicon, by the way, is the book. Chronicon.
Yeah,
Chronicon?
yeah. But no, so the fact that they're coming back full circle to actually, yes, he is like with presage that he was trying to contact the dark because he came to the dark and just the witness ignored him, and he's like, you know what, screw you, I'm not going to be ignored. So he reached out and went to touch upon the witness, which leads to the series now, where he is now a disciple from his own force of will, essentially.
Mhm.
So no, he's not a buffoon. He just enjoys a good time. Yeah, he likes to party. He likes to have a good time.
I saw in the trailer he was still holding his chalice.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, so no, he's still definitely like that Roman emperor archetype. He's going to enjoy his good time. He's going to drink. He's going to be an idiot at times, but that is not the type of person he should be considered.
Gotcha.
And considering that was his personality and the fact that he was so missable, I guess, in terms of being big, scary, bad guy. And now he's all of a sudden big, scary, bad guy's right-hand man.
And actually, I'm not even convinced now. So a lot of people are, there's nothing spoiler. We don't know anything leaks. A lot of people are speculating the boss of the campaign might be Callus. I'm not even convinced of that now. I bet he might be around throughout this whole year of
Really?
LightFall.
See, that was my next question, and I think I know the answer to this, but I thought he might be the boss for the raid.
No,
No.
he's definitely not going to be that.
What do you think he's going to be? One of the?
I'll take a bet on that. But...
Maybe it's going to be one of the, maybe a new tormentor or something. Maybe a medium tormentor, or was it tormentor?
I mean, it could be another disciple.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be another.
He could be a
disciple
mini
as well.
boss before we get to the boss.
Well,
you
I
know,
don't
you know
think
how a
we're
raid
gonna
has lots of encounters.
Yeah.
He could be like the encounter before we get to the witness.
I thought we were
you
maybe
know?
going to get a real Leviathan raid. You know, we're actually going to fight the real Callus.
We're getting a different raid, so it's not going to be Leviathan.
No, I would not be surprised if they wait for the actual physical confrontation of Callus until final shape. I wouldn't be entirely surprised. And as far as Kingsley saying that, yes, he has a new body, considering the last we heard about Callus was his physical body was
gelatinous blob.
yeah, he was like decomposing. Yes, he definitely has a brand new body. So more than just drip, he's been given the Captain America treatment. So
yeah, and his hands, people are like, that's armor. It's not armor. His hands and feet are made of gold. He's not wearing gold. They are gold. You know?
He's dipped in gold.
Yeah.
At least his foot is. You know, I like feet. Yeah. So I mean, what I meant to say was, Kingsley, did you have another comment? No. Oh, shit. Damn it.
No, I don't have anything else.
I'm
but
my big mouth.
It got me excited. I do want to. I guess we should have said this even earlier, but like something interesting. One thing I totally agree with this vid doc is that kind of could be some more spoilers than we've ever had of anything. If you don't want to see like cutscenes and little things of how the story may go, and so we really don't know. But yeah, if you were only semi-listening and you to this podcast, and if you didn't watch the vid doc yet, and you want to go in blind, just maybe don't watch it.
Yeah. And also, as far as the question I saw in chat from His Highness Prince Resness, anyway, asking the role of what Callus is playing if he's not the boss. Callus is potentially an antagonist, much like as the
anti-hero, maybe.
No, the name. The Witness. Much like the Witness is played during, like Season of Arrivals, like or just. Yeah, like just, you know, Rolk was the boss, Witnesses was the antagonist who were setting things into motion.
Mm-hmm.
That could be the role. He might just be a more plot-related role rather than something we actually fight towards right now. Like I said, wouldn't surprise me in this instant.
Okay. Yeah, I meant to say thanks for clarifying that because I'm reading this lore book. It's fascinating, man. I'm starting to get into lore.
I know, yeah.
Lore's fun as hell. It's like that next step.
Yeah, like I've said probably Kingsley like a year ago at least, like with some of the things they're doing in the season, they are like reconnecting dots that have been left loose for years, and it is fantastic.
Yeah,
especially if you're not into lore right now. Now might be like a fantastic time to get into it because there are so much fewer loose threads than there used to be. Like things are connecting, and it's fantastic.
And
so
here's my question. Sorry to respond for a second.
Okay.
If you look at the lore and you've seen Ishtar Collective and you're like, oh, there's lots of words there and lots of things interconnected. If you're looking at that and your eyes just sort of glaze over, how would you, like, what would your, like, baby's first foray into lore be? Like, if you're like, I play this game, I want to know why I'm shooting these people in the face and who they are. What would be your advice for someone who's like, I want to know more, service guarantee citizenship. Do you want to know more? I do. Where would I go?
Thank you for the Starship Troopers reference. But no, it's like a lot of people I talk to on Discord probably remiss if I don't mention, of course, find a buy video, listen to it, blah this, blah that, whatever. Me personally, I do go on to Ishtar Collective. If there is something I want to know, here's the thing. It all starts on what you're most interested in. The thing that got me into Destiny lore back in D1 beta was the story of Last Word and Thorn. Of course, it was easier then. I didn't need Ishtar Collective. We just had the Grimoire cards. But collecting those cards and reading them, go to Ishtar Collective. They have a fantastic search option. Go into their search. Whatever subject you want to read about, search it, whether it be Dredgen Yor, whether it be Shin Malphur, whether it be Callus, whether it be The Witness, whether it be The Black Garden, whether it be Vex, whatever, Clovis Bray, whatever. Choose a subject, search it. You will be brought just tons of material with those people or potentially involving those people. So just consume what you will, consume what you can. And then, of course, come to the lovely Guardian Downcast or Guardian Hub or any other Discord that has a lore channel and ask the lore nerds there.
Absolutely.
Because I definitely am 1,000,000% happy to help guide steps on what to know or help connect dots that might still be a little obscure.
Yeah, I see you,
yes.
man. I appreciate you helping people with it. I do.
Oh no, it's still one of my generous loves. I joke around. I have not been able to play this game in so long, but I still know more than most people.
I hear you. All right. Anybody have any other input on the Vidoc?
Well, I mean, the Callus thing, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
My brother's been out since Forsaken, and he just started playing again, right? And he's all like, so, anything exciting coming up? And I started talking about the Vidoc, and I was like, dude, and you finally get to see Callus. And he's like,
who's Callus?
Yeah, well, no, he knows who it is, but he's all like, dude, we've already seen him. I was like, no, we've seen robots. We finally get to see him, right? And he just, I don't know, man. He kind of made me feel bad because, like, and then you guys are talking about Callus like he's an idiot. I've always found him charismatic. He's always been a character I really enjoyed, especially when you look into the lore surrounding him, when he started making his own lore about us, right? That was really awesome, especially like when you really get into it, it's like the Guardian fed the Drifter his own ghost before shooting him in the face. I'm just like, what? Things like that all happened because of Callus. Callus was writing these stories about what the Guardian did and what the Guardian was going to end up doing in the future and this and that and the other. And I thought that was all really cool. And now we get to see him in person and potentially engage with him face to face instead of through a robot. I'm really excited about that. And I feel like I'm the only one,
No, I'm the automatons. Yeah.
I'm getting more excited for sure.
Yeah.
The Vidoc actually was good for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting me more excited.
I thought the Vidoc was very much like the trailer. I thought it was I would have liked to have seen more behind the scenes, like when they have their LAN or whatever their Zoom calls and stuff together, or when they had the last Vidoc they showed a lot of like action stuff they were doing in like a garage and stuff. I just like seeing that kind of stuff, and the fact that it didn't really show much of that, it was mainly just the teams that were talking about their part of the game. That was nice to hear, but I was a little disappointed in the Vidoc, but hey, I'm at least glad we got one this year. Me and Hazel have been talking about this for a couple shows now. Where's the Vidoc? Is there a Vidoc coming? Yeah, so, all right. No one else has anything else to say. That means it's time for This Week at Bungie. Behind the scenes, like, when they have their LAN or whatever their their Zoom calls and stuff together, or when they had the last Vidoc, they showed a lot of like action stuff they were doing in like a garage and stuff. I just like seeing that kind of stuff, and the fact that it didn't really show much of that, it was mainly just the teams that were talking about their part of the game. That was nice to hear, but I was a little disappointed in the Vidoc. But hey, I'm at least glad we got one this year. Me and Hazel have been talking about this for a couple shows now. You know, where's the Vidoc? Is there a Vidoc coming? Yeah. So, all right. No one else has anything else to say. That means it's time for this week at
When
Bungie.
this comes out, so it will be more like it is for, you know, the other light subclasses. I mean, I think they even mentioned that they're, you know, they know that they screwed up with stasis, and how basically that, I'm trying to think of the wording they used. It like when you completed the Beyond Light campaign, they gave you a skeleton, and then basically they let you fill it in once you finished playing the rest of the campaign, or, you know, and then doing other stuff and things like that. But this time they're not doing that. They're doing this as basically when you're done with the campaign, you're going to have a full strand kit. So that's an interesting thought there. I'm hoping that they go back and they realize and they change it for stasis. Gator, you had a thought.
This is unfortunately a trend I'm seeing more in gaming. I know, don't laugh. I know I just play Destiny, but I'm seeing it in more of, because a lot of the gamers are aging now and have more disposable income available, and I think they're tying into the convenience model where we have the funds, we can pay for it. If on my alt character right now, I would love to pay $10 just to get everything unlocked on stasis for one character. That would $10 would be worth it to me, because think of how many hours I'd have to put in to get all those fragments and aspects. And I just think, unfortunately, as much as it sickens me, I would probably do this on stasis, but I'm going to play all three characters on the campaign. Even if it's repetitive, I don't care. I'm still going to do it just to spite them. But now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Hazel. Didn't it say that if you did buy to open up the character for the, you'd have to play the campaign again, but you would not have the strand upgrades? Did I hear that?
You
correct?
would get
You
would
do
get
get
the
'em.
strand. You
Okay.
do get strand.
Then
Yes,
that
you
would-
won't get the rewards though.
Right.
So like,
you just
say
get
you
the
did
strand
this.
unlocked.
Yeah, so say you did this for Witch Queen and you bought it and things like this, you wouldn't get the exotic at the end, basically,
Right.
of doing legendary.
I understand that part. Yeah, for stasis was so painful, man. I just refused to go back, and I mean, it took me 3 seasons to get all 3 of my characters with stasis on my primary account. On my alt account, I'm not even looking at it. It's just not going to have it unless they let us buy it from Ikora next season. I guess he'll just never have it. But unfortunately, a lot of gamers now have more disposable income, and a lot of people are willing to pay that $10 or even $20, maybe. That's pushing it. To
That's
unlock
stupid,
that.
though. They're getting money in the wrong place. Let me ask you this: would
I
you
know.
pay $10 to get stasis, or would you pay $10 for an extra 100 slots in your vault? Right?
And
Well, I mean,
what else?
What I'm saying is that's it, right? The biggest problem in the game is vault space. So if Bungie wants money, this is not the way to do it. Start charging people for extra vault space. That alone, right there, will fund the company for 10 years.
Dude, they can't do that, man. They added 100 slots or 150 slots this last time, and it broke all kinds of shit in the tower. It was like people were loading in. They had to make it so like only 5 people could be in the damn tower at the same time.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, it's
man.
a technical problem more than anything else, but
Yeah.
the thought is there. I agree. I think this is totally fine. I hope what you're saying, Hazel, and I think they will change stasis because it's older, and just for free, they'll make some small change and not really tell us about it. So stasis will be easier to unlock on our alt characters. But since the LightFall stuff is brand new, I'm totally fine with them charging $10 or whatever, some smaller amount for people that want their second and third character go through here and do this. And then way down the road, then maybe they could make it a free boost instead of a paid boost or something.
Yeah. Raven?
It's entirely okay that they're doing this. It's entirely okay that this isn't even the first time they've done this.
True.
Character boosts were a thing in D1. I know someone here that paid for some spots in a season pass. Don't want to mention names and shame anybody here, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is different than that.
What's your point?
No, I'm just saying. Someone paid for
Yeah.
what, 10 slots
Yeah,
on the season
Yeah.
pass.
yeah, I did. What's your point?
So
Oh,
did
you
Hazel.
did?
I wasn't pointing
I
to you,
know
Des.
Hazel did.
I was
I
pointing to
did as
Hazel.
well.
Thanks
Yeah.
for volunteering that, though, Des.
No, I know. I'm not ashamed with what I choose to spend my money on.
Yeah,
You will not shame me for what I buy or what I
All
deem.
right, fine.
You're supporting a
profitable.
company that you appreciate. Ain't nobody's going to slut shame you for that.
Exactly.
Except for
well,
Gator.
except for Gator will.
Wait a minute. Everybody can
Um,
shame me, though? What? Come on. This is not fair.
Why not?
I'm muting.
Anyway, but no, this is not the first time they've done it, and I did it in D1 because I restarted my Warlock. Yeah, I remade my Warlock, and then decided I didn't want to go through the work, so I paid for the character boost. I want to say it was more than 10, but it was less than 20 back then. So I don't know if that's going to reflect this current pricing or not, because that was also, of course, during Activision's publishing, who had a little more say so over the price tags. So there's a lot of like things to take into consideration. But no, they've done it before. It wasn't a big deal then.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be a big deal now. Because yes, if you don't have the time, as was said, if you don't have the time but you have the money, go for it. If you don't have either, I feel bad for you, man. But I mean, that's just what it boils down to. Spend within your limit and don't be tempted to not.
I wasn't shaming you, Des. It was just my only chance to shame Hazel because he's always doing it to me.
I know, and then I made it backfire. You're welcome.
Yeah. You stepped in it there, Gator.
Dude hit you with that fucking
What is this on my
reverse
boots?
card, bro.
So, all right. So,
But no,
Destiny
we'll
Dad.
say
Oh, go ahead.
I will say I wasn't just taking up for you, Hazel. I have legitimately done that, and yeah, I
Yeah.
really don't care. So
Well, yeah. I mean, I bought it during season of the whatever it was.
I can't remember why, but I was behind on something. Yeah, just like, all right, screw it. I'll put in some silver on this. Okay, all right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wanted the helmet with the skull and that kind of thing, and I was just like, this is a slog. I don't want to do this. I just need like it was like 12 slots or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll do the 10. So, and granted,
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
above 100, of course, but I wanted the helmet, and the progress was just slow.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do
No, yeah, I
bounties
get
for
that.
that shit. So,
No, I get that because I think mine was more. I had stayed a little more away from Destiny than I intended, so
Yeah.
it was a little further away. And it's like, yeah, I can just hit it hard and potentially get burnt out, but I've got some cash. I can, we'll throw some levels at it, and I'll definitely get it and finish out for the season. So it'll all be good.
yeah, exactly.
So
So,
just so people know, you don't have to justify it. If you can do it, and that's
and you want to?
yeah. If
Yeah.
you're comfortable with it, and it's not going to put you in a position, spend your money how you see fit. Don't let people like
Exactly.
Gator shame you.
What did I do? I was just shaming Hazel. I wasn't shaming you, Des. Never mind.
Exactly. All right. Player support report. This is the part where Night Demon can edit this next section out here. AKA affectionately referred to as shit's broken. So, 24-hour downtime for LightFall will be brought offline at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on February 27th. At that time, all ongoing activities will end. Players will be returned to the title screen, and preloading on all platforms will begin. And then you can log back in on the 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific. Regular reset time, aka. All right. Bungie rewards deadline. During the 24-hour downtime, players will be unable to claim and purchase rewards. So do that before the reset. So 9 a.m. Pacific on the 27th. Make sure you buy your stuff before then.
That's a Monday, folks. Monday.
Monday. PlayStation preload. PS4 and 5 players using the PS4 version of Destiny 2 who are looking to preload should make sure that they have about approximately 80 gigs of space free. to avoid any issues. The old packages will be removed once LightFall launches. But during the 24-hour downtime, both versions will need to be in storage for the preload. That sucks to be you guys. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I said it. Missing marketing materials. Click a link, do the troubleshooting, that kind of thing. Known issues. Investigating Weasel. Players receiving lever penalties for comp playlists. May be unable to launch into the playlist once their penalty expires. Screw them. That's their punishment. I'll allow it. VFX stuff. The push, the objective bounty does not progress. There we go. The usual. All right. Gator, you're on mute. Do you have a thought about this?
Yeah, I'm muting locally, not through the thing.
So you're not following the rules that you set up here?
No. I'm the moderator. I'm the bus driver. I get special
All
rules. I don't really have anything to add here. I mean, you pretty much covered it. I'm good. For once.
Okay.
I know. Gasp.
Yeah. I won't say what I was going to say, but all right, movies, art, and Stay Crafty from Sam.
All right. Thank you, Hazel. Well, that means we are going to get our questions from our live chat, and we will do that right after this.
And it's like they're playing chess, so they can see more of the board than we can.
Oh, 100%, yes.
So, I mean,
Entirely.
maybe that's why, they went with Savathun with, giving her the light.
No, there's a deeper plan there, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm still not sure if we weren't just the gateway to that plan. Like if that plan is put on hold or is forked in a way that, kind of sucks, do we still matter?
Yeah.
I mean, there is the potential. Because here's the thing, here's another outstanding question. This also confirms the Traveler's awake. The Traveler has its capabilities back. But yet there still doesn't seem to be an intrinsic connection between the ghosts and the Traveler, though. There's been no change in that dynamic specifically.
They've never had a connection. They've always just been a conduit for the light itself. The Traveler's light flows through them to us to keep us immortal.
That's because whenever the ghosts first formed, the Traveler went to sleep. And it stayed that way. And we weren't given 100% confirmation. Sure, it broke out of Gaul's energy containment.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was able to heal. It gave us visions, but we still weren't 100% certain, how back is it? But now we know it's definitely back. But that dynamic still hasn't changed because, again, ghosts come from the Traveler. But there's still no special connection between
Do we know if
the
there
Travelers.
ever was? I mean, the Fallen had light before us, right?
No.
Did the Travelers? No.
No. There has been no evidence of light bearers before us.
I thought
Wait,
the whole
I thought
reason for
that
them chasing us is because they had the light, lost it, and then had been
Right.
chasing the Great Machine to get it back.
Yeah,
They
I
had-
agree, Respawn.
They had a golden age, and they lost it to the whirlwind.
So they never had light this whole time. I thought that they used to be light bearers, and they
Yeah,
never were.
dude, Aramis says the Great Machine will never leave someone again or not leave people again. The Traveler left them, and they've been
Yes.
chasing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yes. The
But
Traveler
they
has
just
left
never
every.
had light.
No.
The Traveler was there, but he never gave them light. Oh.
No one has had command of the light like the Guardians of Earth have. No one, as far as we know. There's been no existence of ghosts. There's been no connection to that. The closest thing to the light in lore was in Books of Sorrow when one of the civilizations created this spire of light that was thus eaten by the hive and used as fuel.
Yep.
So, you know, yeah, there's that. But no, yeah, Traveler has touched civilizations, and it has given civilizations fantastic golden ages, but it's left every single one of them, except us. Where then it decided to stay. It pushed back the Black Fleet, stopped the collapse, and the Ghosts came out. Ghosts, the very few times that they've spoken about this in the game, the Ghosts have never felt a connection to the Traveler. They don't know their purpose. They only know that they're to find the Guardian that's right for them, to bring them back. That's all they know. Like 100%.
Sure.
They know like their purpose, and they're connected to someone that they have to find. Because there was even like a touching, I think it was back in D1, where our ghost tells us like there's no connection there. Like a ghost connection is to us.
That's right. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. But that's always been during eras and periods where the Traveler was asleep or damaged or whatever.
Yeah.
But now that it's awake, there has been no update to that dynamic. So I personally had thought before that maybe the Traveler being awake, ghosts would be able to communicate with it like more easily. They'd be able to converse, maybe find out more of a purpose. But nothing like that has happened to
Do you
us.
think it's because we're wielding the dark now that hasn't been updated?
No.
By the time the Traveler was awake, we're wielding dark now. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I don't think so, because its first instances of waking up was back in D2 Vanilla with it breaking out of Gull's cage. We were given visions of light back in Forsaken. And even when the Hawkmoon mission happened, when we were gifted personally with the effigy of light that took the form of Hawkmoon, we had darkness then. But yet the Traveler still gifted us an effigy of light.
I see.
So I don't think it looks down on us for wielding something more than what is given us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because again, the light's entire philosophy is cooperation. It's a rule, it's a paracausal force to get people to work together for a purpose. Like there's a benefit to actually coming together, as a group, essentially. Whereas survival of the fittest for the darkness is just, the easier thing to do and like the go-to. So we have a lot of like interesting, like concrete points, but still there's that one thing, like I said, that I'm thinking about, the fact that there's still, at least now, like this could be something that comes up. I kind of hope it does in some point, because it's like an interesting thing. Or if it's going to be like a loose thread, potentially. Considering one thing that they do say in the Vidoc is the fact that they are getting ready to show us more of the Destiny universe outside of the light and the darkness.
Yeah, but we don't know when that is exactly. But I mean, I'm
After Final
anxious to
Shade.
see. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm anxious to see when that happens. But
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm really looking forward to, or what I thought was kind of a missed opportunity in the finale, was I was expecting Ido to show up and try to talk to Aramis and talk her down. I thought that would have been like something really cool. I mean, but I don't know. Sweaty. We'll go to you, and then we'll move on with the TWAB. What you got?
Well, it's actually funny that you were mentioning Aramis, because like just while you guys were talking, I was just watching through it again, and I was like, huh, it's funny that they introduce Aramis here. So it just kind of leads me to wonder if they have like some sort of an intention with her story arc leading into things. So I don't know, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just
you're
kind of like,
saying she's going to be the raid boss?
no,
just kidding.
no.
she's gonna give the body to the Traveler so the ghost can resurrect Savathun again.
No. here's what's going to happen. It's going to be the next raid. Aramis is going to show up. She's going to merge with Tanix, and we're going to have to kill Tanix again.
Oh
Sold.
God.
Sold.
Please no. Please no.
Okay, on that note.
But another
we're
thing that I found interesting about that
Yep.
one particular scene was like, while Aramis is on the computer and going through the utilities and the functionalities and knobs and twists and whatever else, the witness shows up on Aramis's screen, and Aramis kind of shows a moment of paranoia almost, and like looks
Right.
right behind her. So I'm like, I think that's significant somehow, but I don't really know how to play into that.
Exactly. It's almost timed in with Mithrak's words,
Yes.
even, which it's almost like she heard him potentially. So that that is 100% like another very interesting point to take, that perhaps Aramis won't be in the witness's clutches, maybe, or maybe different character arc. Who knows? Could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just kind of noticed it. And I was like, well, it's kind of funny that she's paranoid. That means not in favor of. Not sure how that's going to work. Because that just means enemy of my enemy. So eventually, are we going to become friends? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, her
Interesting
thing
thought.
is her thing isn't about light or dark or the witness or anything. Her thing is about bringing Elixni back up, right? And she thinks Elixni deserved more than what they've been given, and her whole spiel is to bring them back up, right?
Mhm.
I don't think she's siding with the darkness. She just wants Elixni to be top dogs again, you know?
She does 100%, but the witness is currently bending her. Because one of the most tragic things one of the most tragic things she remembers is the Traveler leaving. Because she is one of the very few Elixni that have lived essentially through the whirlwind. She remembers seeing the Traveler leave, Reese. So that's something, kind of unique and like a point to her. But the witness is currently using that to turn her. Yes, let's make Elixni great again. And turning that into, well, pretty much exactly as the witness told Aramis. Let it feel your pain.
Yeah.
So she's not in it, I don't think, specifically for the dark. She is definitely willing to go down avenues to make a fallen house great again, just for the simple cause of she was in House Devils whenever the Devils used Splicer, or used Siva, to try and just completely disconnect from anything Traveler related. She did it herself with House Salvation. So I just think that's connections there, just to try and erase the Traveler and bring the Elixni back up, and the witness is able to just tweak those dials.
Nice.
Because, tragic villain.
That's a great segue to actually the season 20 ritual weapon. And it's not the holidays anymore, but we've got ornaments. So this is the Ecliptic Distaff, a void glaive, and it's glowy. And it looks hot. I think I'd sleep with this thing.
I want the
Okay,
red
moving
one.
on. Sorry.
I'm getting that red one.
Awkward moment. I love you all.
I'm just upset.
It's a
I
safe
saw
place.
it and I thought, I mean, yes, everybody knows I'm colorblind. Shut up. But I saw it and I thought it was blue, right? And I was like, yes, finally a primary glaive. And everyone's like, bro, that's void. I'm like, damn it. Because
green one
they
says
fooled me
it's green.
twice, because we saw the ice glaive in the Vidoc, and they're like, I'm like, yes, a primary. They're like, it's a heavy. Damn it. And I saw this. Yes, a primary. It's a void. What the hell, Bungie? Give me my primary glaive, man.
Well, just wait, man, because I'm sure that they're going to end up making a glaive that's going to be either stasis or strand, and it's going to be in the kinetic slot.
Yes, I need this in my life. Make it happen.
Yeah, you and Monkey. Now I'm moving on because I don't want to have nightmares tonight. Okay, boosted. Starting with LightFall, we're changing how paid character boosts work. So I really don't want to go into this, but basically you have to complete LightFall first. You do have they do have a LightFall character boost, but it appears when you hit the soft cap with one character, but have not completed LightFall. And then for other characters, you can do that. It's a skip boost, where basically once you have it completed, then you can go ahead and use that for your alt characters. So just play the game.
I read this and I was like, oh, so they saw how much people hated unlocking stasis, so it's an opportunity to make money.
This sickens me.
I would absolutely pay hard money today to unlock stasis.
Yes.
On my hunter, on the chance I want to bring him out of the vault.
Yes.
My hunter is still, and Respawn, this is not attacking hunters as a race. This is just, I have time for 1.5 characters, and he's the third character. That's just how life goes. But, like, there's literally beyond light quests I still need to do. Like, stasis is unlocked just barely. If I could, I've done the work. I can do the work on 2 characters. I would be tempted to on my third character, because, again, it's a time and money thing. You either have the time or you have the money, or you have both or neither. If you've got the money and not the time, there's a temptation there going, I want to play the thing. I want to do the thing. Let me do the thing without having to spend hours and hours grinding. If I could throw $20 at the problem or $10 at the problem, or, again, I don't think they gave pricing, but if it's an option, it would be a temptation to go, we can save you a lot of mindless grinding through things that are very old that you don't want to do. Let me just do them and then go enjoy the thing that I've already done twice with my friends.
Yeah, I do think that they are going to be changing stasis when this comes out, so it will be more like it is for the other light subclasses. I think they even mentioned that they know that they screwed up with stasis, and how basically that I'm trying to think of the wording they used. It like when you completed the Beyond Light campaign, they gave you a skeleton, and then basically they let you fill it in once you finished playing the rest of the campaign, or and then doing other stuff and things like that. But this time they're not doing that. They're doing this as basically when you're done with the campaign, you're going to have a full strand kit. So that's an interesting thought there. I'm hoping that they go back and they realize and they change it for stasis. Gator, you had a thought.
This is unfortunately a trend I'm seeing more in gaming. I know, don't laugh. I know I just play Destiny, but I'm seeing it in more of, because a lot of the gamers are aging now and have more disposable income available, and I think they're tying into the convenience model where we have the funds, we can pay for it. If on my alt character right now, I would love to pay $10 just to get everything unlocked on stasis for one character. That would $10 would be worth it to me, because think of how many hours I'd have to put in to get all those fragments and aspects. And I just think, unfortunately, as much as it sickens me, I would probably do this on stasis, but I'm going to play all 3 characters on the campaign. Even if it's repetitive, I don't care. I'm still going to do it just to spite them. But now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Hazel. Didn't it say that if you did buy to open up the character for the, you'd have to play the campaign again, but you would not have the strand upgrades? Did I hear that?
You would get the strand. You do get strand. Yes, you won't get the rewards though. Right. So, like,
you just
say
get
you
the
did
strand
this,
unlocked.
Yeah. So, say you did this for Witch Queen and you bought it and things like this, you wouldn't get the exotic at the end, basically, of doing legendary.
I understand that part. Yeah, for stasis was so painful, man. I just refused to go back and. I mean, it took me 3 seasons to get all 3 of my characters with stasis on my primary account. On my alt account, I'm not even looking at it. I'm just not going to have it unless they let us buy it from Ikora next season. I guess he'll just never have it. But unfortunately, a lot of gamers now have more disposable income, and a lot of people are willing to pay that $10 or even $20, maybe. That's pushing it to
That's
unlock.
Stupid though. They're getting money in the wrong place. Let me ask you this: would you pay $10 to get stasis, or would you pay $10 for an extra 100 slots in your vault? Right?
And
well, I mean,
what else?
What I'm saying is that's it, right? The biggest problem in the game is vault space. So if Bungie wants money, this is not the way to do it. Start charging people for extra vault space. That alone, right there, will fund the company for 10 years.
Dude, they can't do that, man. They added 100 slots or 150 slots this last time, and it broke all kinds of shit in the tower. It was like people were loading in. They had to make it so like only like 5 people could be in the damn tower at the same time.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, it's a
man.
technical problem more than anything else. But
Yeah.
the thought is there. I agree. I think this is totally fine. I hope what you're saying, Hazel, and I think they will change stasis because it's older, and just for free, they'll make some small change and not really tell us about it. So stasis will be easier to unlock on our alt characters. But since the LightFall stuff is brand new, I'm totally fine with them charging $10 or whatever, some smaller amount for people that want their second and third character go through here and do this. And then way down the road, then maybe they could make it a free boost instead of a paid boost or something.
Yeah. Raven?
It's entirely okay that they're doing this. It's entirely okay that this isn't even the first time they've done this.
True.
Character boosts were a thing in D1. I know someone here that paid for some spots in a season pass. Don't want to mention names and shame anybody here, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is different than that.
What's your point?
No, I'm just saying someone paid for what, 10 slots on the season pass?
Yeah, I did. What's your point?
You did?
I wasn't pointing to Des.
Hazel did.
I was pointing to Hazel. Thanks for volunteering that, though, Des.
No, I know. I'm not ashamed with what I choose to spend my money on.
Yeah,
you will not shame me for what I buy or what I deem.
All right, fine.
You're supporting a company that you appreciate. Ain't nobody's going to slut shame you for that.
Exactly.
Except for
Gator will.
Wait a minute. Everybody can shame me though. What? Come on. This is not fair.
Why not?
I'm muting.
Anyway, but no, this is not the first time they've done it, and I did it in D1 because I restarted my Warlock. Yeah, remade my Warlock, and then decided I didn't want to go through the work, so I paid for the character boost. I want to say it was more than 10, but it was less than 20 back then. So I don't know if that's going to reflect this current pricing or not, because that was also, of course, during Activision's publishing, who had a little more say so over the price tags. So there's a lot of like things to take into consideration. But no, they've done it before. It wasn't a big deal then.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be a big deal now. Because yes, if you don't have the time, as was said, if you don't have the time but you have the money, go for it. If you don't have either, I feel bad for you, man. But I mean, that's just what it boils down to. Spend within your limit and don't be tempted to not.
I wasn't shaming you, Des. It was just my only chance to shame Hazel because he's always doing it to me.
I know, and then I made it backfire. You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah. You stepped in it there, Gator.
Dude hit you with that fucking
what is this on my
reverse
boots?
card, bro.
So, all right. So,
but no,
Destiny
we'll
Dad.
say.
No,
I will say I wasn't just taking up for you, Hazel. I have legitimately done that, and I really don't care. So,
well, yeah. I mean, I bought it during season of the whatever it was.
I can't remember why, but I was behind on something. Yeah, just like, all right, screw it. I'll put in some silver on this. Okay, all right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wanted the helmet with the skull and that kind of thing, and I was just like, this is a slog. I don't want to do this. I just need like it was like 12 slots or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll do the 10. So, and granted, I got above 100, of course, but I wanted the helmet, and the progress was just slow.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do
I get
for
that.
that shit. So.
No, I get that because I think mine was more. I had stayed a little more away from Destiny than I intended, so it was a little further away. And it's like, I can just hit it hard and potentially get burnt out, but I've got some cash. I can, we'll throw some levels at it, and I'll definitely get it and finish out for the season. So it'll all be good. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So just so people know, you don't have to justify it. If you can do it, and that's.
And you want to.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with it and it's not going to put you in a position, spend your money how you see fit. Don't let people like Gator shame you.
What did I do? I was just shaming Hazel. I wasn't shaming you, Des. Never mind.
Exactly. All right. Player support report. this is the part where Night Demon can edit this next section out here. AKA affectionately referred to as shit's broken. So, 24-hour downtime for LightFall will be brought offline at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on February 27th. At that time, all ongoing activities will end. Players will be returned to the title screen, and preloading on all platforms will begin. And then you can log back in on the 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific. Regular reset time, aka. All right. Bungie Rewards deadline. During the 24-hour downtime, players will be unable to claim and purchase rewards. So do that before the reset. So 9 a.m. Pacific on the 27th. Make sure you buy your stuff before then.
That's a Monday, folks. Monday.
Monday. PlayStation preload. PS4 and 5 players using the PS4 version of Destiny 2 who are looking to preload should make sure that they have about approximately 80 gigs of space free to avoid any issues. The old packages will be removed once LightFall launches, but during the 24-hour downtime, both versions will need to be in storage for the preload. That sucks to be you guys. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I said it. Missing marketing materials. Click a link, do the troubleshooting, that kind of thing. Known issues. Investigating Weasel. Players receiving lever penalties for comp playlists. May be unable to launch into the playlist once their penalty expires. Screw them. That's their punishment. I'll allow it. VFX stuff. The push, the objective bounty does not progress. There we go. Yeah, you know, the usual. All right. Gator, you're on mute. Do you have a thought about this?
Yeah, I'm muting locally, not through the thing.
So you're not following the rules that you set up here?
No. I'm the moderator. I'm the bus driver. I get special rules.
All right.
I don't really have anything to add here. I mean, you pretty much covered it. I'm good. For once.
Okay.
I know. Gasp.
Yeah. I won't say what I was going to say, but all right, movies, art, and Stay Crafty from Sam.
All right. Thank you, Hazel. Well, that means we are going to get our questions from our live chat, and we will do that right after this. All right. This is the part of the show where we get our questions from our community, and we're going to our live chat tonight. And our favorite mod, RNG Gator, has been collecting them throughout the show, and he'll pose them to the group. And you know how the rules go, guys. If you want to answer it, just unmute yourself. All right, RNG Gator, it's all yours, buddy.
Okay. First question we have here is from Fluffy Fingers PvP. If a train is heading north at 80 miles per hour, while at the same time another train is heading south at 120 kilometers an hour on the same track, how many bananas can I fit in my mouth?
You asked this last year, Fluffy. I told you I don't know.
As many as Fluffy Fingers PvE can also eat.
Math
The
is hard.
answer
The answer
is
is 42.
10.
It's 42.
Math is hard.
There's no way that I asked this question before.
You've asked one similar.
I don't know, but I'd pay for the only sins of this.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Next question is from Triggered Prime. Question for Gator. Can you tell me where I can find the devil's lettuce?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't ask the question.
I have no clue,
Prime did.
Rodimus, I have no clue what you're referring to, man.
It's in a grocery store, isn't it?
But is it not legal in
I
Florida?
think it's in the produce department, maybe. I know lettuce is there.
Wait, Rodimus is in Michigan, and it's everywhere in Michigan.
It's legal here
Right.
if you have a permit, if you have a doctor's note.
It's
you can get
also
medically.
legal in Florida if no one narcs on you.
Well, that's true too. That's true too.
No one
always-
would. No
Always
one
good
would,
to
but
not mention it on a podcast. Yeah.
Oh, I'll edit that out. Don't worry.
All right.
Is this a bad time to tell you that I'm live?
Well, there goes your monetization.
All right. Question from Kingsley Mack. How is Gator staying more quiet with this podcast than he ever can when Hazel is reading?
I don't know. I just something about. I mean, Hazel says stuff, and I just have to interject. I don't know. I made sure that I made a point to make sure everyone could talk tonight. And when you have 10 people in the chat that all want to talk, I have to follow the rules like everyone else. So, yeah, we're good.
He likes us better than you, Hazel.
I was about to say.
That isn't what I said.
Listen,
basically.
Oh my god.
See, this is how it works. You go over to your friend's house. Your parents tell you to be on your best behavior. That's sort of what this is. We're all at our friend's house for a sleepover on our best behavior. I've had to limit myself.
Who behaves at a sleepover?
I mean, as far as people know, as far as the edited version of this is to be very, very well behaved.
Yeah.
You guys, I have watched plenty of short 3-minute clips about sleepovers, and people do not behave.
That's the wrong video. Okay, so that's the wrong hub. You're on the wrong hub.
I want to know what hub he is visiting.
But
lore hub.
No, and there's also the fact that if somebody doesn't behave, like I don't know me, who loves to talk, then they forcefully mute me. So,
or they just drown you out with music. They just drown you out with music while you're having a rant,
or fade me out.
Yeah,
ducks get involved.
Who would do such a thing?
So angry.
I'm telling you. All right, RNG Gator, keep the train going, man.
All right, question from Grackle from the Guardian Hub Discord. If the Guardian Hub had a physical hub, where would it be, and what would it be like? Most importantly, would there be free snacks?
Hopefully not in Detroit. We don't want our hub there. Love you, Rodimus. Where would our physical hub be? Maybe it's in Sin's area in WV, Virginia. I don't know.
You guys have an Only Sins channel too, right? I heard something about that.
Oh yeah, but we're talking about a physical hub.
Oh, gotcha.
Is it physical?
Physical hub.
Wherever you want to be, we are everywhere.
Our physical hub is in your heart.
That sounds awkward.
Right.
It's better in other places it could be.
Shut up, Gator.
Shame Sin's not here.
Right.
All right. Next question from Moose. How do you think Bungo should implement in-game Gambit like how Trials is in-game Crucible? Do you think Bungo should implement in-game Gambit? Sorry.
They tried that before. It's called Gambit Prime, and now it's just regular Gambit.
I like Gambit Prime. I enjoy Gambit Prime.
I enjoy Gambit. Y'all need to shut up.
I mean, Gambit Prime was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
I love the roles everyone was forced into. I loved it. Everyone had.
I love the armor that went with the roles.
Yes,
dude.
I have.
God.
I still have my Sentry jersey because I guess I capped all that armor out and I could get the jersey. It took me a whole year to get it, but I finally did get it. And I wear it to bowling. It's the coolest thing, man. I'm just shocked that they did not mention anything about Gambit, and that kind of worries me.
They need to bring that armor back, man. I mean, I've said it before, but when you wear the armor and it's maxed out and you invade and just your presence closes their thing, that was amazing, dude. I mean, like, that was the best idea they had in Bungie in a long time, and they took it away and they never brought it back. They need to bring that back, honestly. You want to spice up Gambit? Give me the armor back. Come on. Let me work towards that in Gambit again.
Well, remember, I mentioned that they should bring the mods, put it in a mod form. If you want to be able to have, have more power or more resistance, being the Sentry, taking out the blockers, why not put that in an armor mod? Just saying.
Because fashion.
Well, the snake was nice.
Well,
you got it in transmog still. No one responds.
Yeah,
no. You have the tier 1 in transmog. The tier 3 where it really glowed and you really had that effect going on. You don't have that. You got the lowest tier in the transmog.
That's true.
It sucks.
No more glow. That's true.
No, I dare say that's probably one of the best ideas I've ever heard Gator say.
Gasp.
One out of
I know, right?
ideas.
I know. I mean,
I mentioned this in last shows. I mentioned that it'd be perfect to put into an armor mod. You can only.
It actually would just have Gambit mods that just you know, and it's, you know, they say a blind squirrel catches a nut every once in a while, and that this is definitely gators. So
You're referring to me. Oh, okay, I'm the squirrel. Gotcha.
A broken
Yeah,
clock is right twice a day. Yeah.
exactly,
I see.
exactly. So I
I see
mean,
how
you
this
know,
is
You
going.
said something else.
this
I know they're
this
not
is
talking
just
about me.
this is just an unobjectively good idea. Throw special gambit stuff into mods.
You know what, Des? Thank you.
I mean, I can find no fault with it.
Give it time,
I'm
you will.
Th-
speechless.
This might be Guardian Downcast history. Mark the calendar, guys.
Hurry up! Let's end on that compliment. Go ahead, Gator. Next question.
All right,
Let's see if we
question.
can
Another
undo that.
question. Question from Triggered Prime. I'm looking to buy a new mattress. Do you have any recommendations?
My son has
All
a
right, next
kick-ass
question.
Casper message. It's really good. I want to get one like he does.
I highly suggest that you get a used futon, preferably from like a college area.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Should it come from an alley, or is that just an optional add-on?
I mean, if you're rich, I guess you could get an alley sofa, but I mean,
I was gonna
not
say a
all of
race
us
car
can
bed.
afford that.
This
I
dude
just-
over here flexing with a race car bed. You keep your rich
know.
ass over there. Go away.
I just wanted to welcome
Unfortunately,
Mr.
I'm
Sin Media.
driving.
Whoa,
Yeah,
it's
so
got a-
excuse the quality here real quick. I'm a Bluetooth. But I asked the same question in a private channel earlier because I am also shopping for a mattress. So I would like some legitimate responses to this.
No.
well,
No, there's
I-
too many things to ask you. Like, what's your budget? Are you married? Do you and your wife have different sleep habits? I mean, there's too much to
I
go
know.
into that question, man. You
I
know,
mean, seriously, that
Yeah.
like legitimately though, yeah, shopping for a mat, go to a mattress store.
you got to try them all out.
Hey.
Yeah.
They're still around. They still exist. I know, you know, modern day and age. Order it from online and get it shipped to you. Go to a mattress store, lay on a few mattresses, find out what you like.
and because nobody goes to a store, you get really good deals. My wife and I got the Tempur-Pedic that lifts your feet and your head with the base and everything like
yeah,
that.
we got that too.
California king size with the memory foam stuff and that cooling technology for like $2,200, and it was down from 4,500. You
So
know,
yeah,
Just
so
bring back the
you're gonna get
waterbed.
good deals because nobody goes go back to the waterbed.
Yeah.
Bring back the waterbed, please. I was raised on a waterbed. I love waterbeds.
Yeah,
it's
you
still
don't
the
have
top.
cats or dogs or children with sharp nails or
Yeah.
Well, Gator, I was telling Sin, purple is very similar to waterbed. So if you like that, go
Yeah,
for purple.
actually.
And I don't
Seriously?
like purple. Yeah, they're,
Yeah, they
they're
are.
not quite like waterbeds, obviously, because there's not water in it.
Like
but
the
they're kinda
color
like that
purple?
squishy feel.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
the
brand
purple
name's
mattress.
purple. The brand
Okay.
name's purple, and they are purplish colored at times. But
Okay.
yeah,
Look
they're
into it.
they're kind of like that bouncy waterbed style.
I'm glad we're
We have
answering
the-
these
we
questions
have
on
the
a Destiny
pillows.
podcast.
Yeah, we have the purple pillows at home, and they're really good.
I'm just giving the chat what they asked.
I know.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair.
Fair question.
Now maybe Sin can get out of here with his background noise.
Yeah, the people
Excuse me,
that
Dan.
I know that have those purple mattresses really seem to like them. So
Oh, I don't like the mattress. I love the pillow though. But
There
Yeah.
you go.
My son has the Casper mattress, not the little thin thing they roll up and throw at you at the front door. He has like the full, deep, full foam mattress, and I laid on that and I was like, "Honey, you got to get one of these because I've arthritis in my back. I don't sleep well without taking a painkiller or something, and I'm on a Tempur-Pedic, brand new Tempur-Pedic, and I hate it. It's still too hard. Just saying.
well, hey,
That's
after
what
all our
she said.
Destiny
Since this is the
podcasts are
mattress
done,
talk,
we
yeah.
could do a mattress podcast.
Yeah,
too.
we'll do that afterwards, Kingsley. There we go.
And
All right, sounds good.
and dessert and
Yep.
wands and
All right,
Oh my
Gator,
God.
please keep going.
Are there more
Fluffy-
questions, or are we
Fluffy
talking
didn't-
about waterbeds for the rest of the night?
Fluffy and them damn gifts. Oh my god.
I love it.
All right. Stop it, Fluffy. Let's see. Here's my His Highness Prince RYZ NYZ. The Vidoc showed Osiris using strand. Does that mean he could also use stasis in theory?
Good
At this
question.
point in time, theoretically, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Because considering he has been given Darkness T, I would assume he has some kind of connection to darkness. Potentially. So
Was he
theoretically,
doing liquid hive lady?
well, I mean, it was distilled. It was distilled dead person, and dead person being Nezarec. So yeah,
Oh, Nezarec, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
but yeah, he does have a potential connection to darkness, so it is theoretically possible. But also being he is Cyrus and probably well versed in things, he might not want to try and dig too deeply into it. But then again, it is still Osiris, so he might actually dig deep into it. Who knows? Well, just one of those things that'll have to develop.
As a side note, in this Vidoc, did you notice that Osiris is physically aging now? Like, look at him now and compared to what he looked like a couple seasons ago. I guess because he's lost his light, he's actually aging now, and that caught me off guard that they added that little detail to the Vidoc.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you see that little
I mean,
crow's foot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is hundreds of years old, so it's very potential that without the paracausal connection to the light, he could have been, accelerated aging.
Do you guys think Saint 14 is gonna like trade up for like a newer model then? Like,
I don't know. He still had
Like,
his
relationship.
He still had his
wait,
back in
that actually-
Vidoc.
You actually did remind me though, so like, thanks for the joke. They did a perfect thing in that ending cutscene that showed them in a relationship that I thought came across way better than the freaking kiss that they forced in. Just the fact that like Saint 14 like placed his hand like comforting in the small of like Osiris's back.
Yep.
Or my
It was
like,
yeah, I
that was
saw
just
that.
such a-
Well done.
yeah, that was just such a subtle
It was a
tone.
nice touch.
But people in a relationship know that's a very like comforting act,
Mhm.
or maybe you don't have to necessarily be, it's still a very comforting act and like very like symbolic gesture that I just thought was like a half a second, wasn't even the center of the thing, and just came across so much better than taking away 30 seconds of a potential explanation just to throw in a kiss. But
Yeah.
anyway, I digress.
And don't we have access to make him into an exo now? I mean,
No.
we've been all up in orbit and everything like that in the satellite that has all the exos everywhere, right? Can we just stick him in one?
You mean the satellite that made the exos that then crashed onto Europa and was destroyed?
We have one above Earth now. We have one above Earth. That's where we've been doing our missions, right? So, why not?
But considering part of that is sterilized darkness, or using darkness to sterilize Vex Radial Era, I don't foresee Guardian, like, it's potentially something that Cyrus could choose to do, but I don't foresee it something that's exactly city sanctioned, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I hear you, but if it comes to, I mean, we went back in time to save Saint 14. I'm pretty sure he's wanted to do whatever it takes to stay with Saint.
I mean, it's potential. I could see, like, you bring that up, but I could see Osiris potentially volunteering if he does fear his own mortality now, which he could. Who knows? Who knows how Osiris has potential to be such an interesting character in such a very short amount of time. Damn.
All right.
I'll digress there so we can move on.
All right. Next question from His Highness Prince RYZNYZ. Would Disciple Callus fit the profile of a warlock or a titan?
Neither.
I like his hat.
If we had to fit him into something, I'd say more Titan, I guess.
I mean, he's
Well, just because he's big?
he's got
What are
big-
you sizes
No.
now, Kingsley?
Have you seen
Wow,
his
wow.
shoulder pads? He's got shoulder pads that'll
it's
make
the
a titan
attitude.
blush, bro.
It's the attitude.
It's the attitude.
Yeah,
No.
no, I
No,
agree.
It's all the shoulder.
But yeah, he's neither.
He's literally talking through his mute. All right. Question asked, question answered.
All right. Question from the Scarlet KM. Do you guys think that Aramis hesitated to give Anna time to save the traveler? Like when she stopped and looked at the door instead of
Yeah.
going on with what she was doing.
I remember that. Was she actually listening, right?
No, I think she that was us trying to get in through the mission. I
Right.
think she heard us out there. Is
Mm.
what it was.
You think she
Yeah.
hesitated?
That's what I think.
No, it wasn't her. It wasn't her hesitating. It was just like a distraction.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah, it definitely wasn't something she consciously did to give anything a chance. It's just something that happened to give us a chance.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. If question from His Highness Prince: if the Hawk Moon is the effigy of light, what is the effigy of darkness?
The ruinous effigy.
Ooh.
We got that during Season of Arrivals. It was our
Yes.
gift. It was our gift from the darkness.
It's a beautiful weapon.
And here I was going to say it was Thorn.
No. That was crafted with hive magic, but no, our literal gift from the darkness, our effigy, which made the traveler give us a gift of light, was ruinous effigy. So yes, we do have an effigy from the darkness, and it is very literally named.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. Question from Average D2 player. Any tinfoil hat theories for Lightfall, no matter how far out there they are, could be that Rasputin is not dead. Aramis destroyed the war sats, not Rasputin himself. Go nuts.
The entire season is focused around Gambit.
That's a good
Couldn't have said it
tinfoil
better
hat
myself.
one.
Wow, nice.
You win.
I
sorry.
don't think we can top that.
Yeah,
I
gotcha.
can't. Brody wins.
Destiny has been a dream the whole time. None of this shit happened.
Oh, we're gonna wake up and out of our bed? Oh crap!
Yeah.
Destiny 3.
The end of Light and Darkness saga. We wake up.
Yeah.
This
Get
is
out
just
your
a Stephen
coma.
King. It's a Stephen King fever dream, and he wakes up and starts writing it.
Exactly.
Oh God.
All right. Question from Ralphie. Do you guys love me?
But of course,
I don't know you yet.
But of course,
Obviously.
Like I said,
How
I
much?
don't know you yet.
How much money you got, buddy?
you take Venmo.
Me love you long time.
I'll be whatever you want me to be.
We'll say yes for the right price.
All right. Give me a
God,
second here.
you guys. Yeah. Thanks, RNG. You've had a rough job tonight, man. A lot of stuff coming at you. I'm watching the chat here.
Okay.
Oh, he's
That's
fine.
not a problem. I'm doing good.
He's doing
Another
good. He's
question from
filtering them.
Ralphie. Yep. Another question from Ralphie. Why is HR Bell a bitch?
Toll the bell.
I don't know what this is. Yeah.
He's part of Group
That's what
Troop.
I asked.
He's not a bitch. He's good.
I said, why is he a bitch? Just because he's part of Group Troop don't mean he's not a bitch. I mean,
He's
Well,
fine.
that's what Raph said originally
He's fine.
on the show.
Raph, are you
He
drinking
like,
tonight?
stopped and goes like, "Hey, oh, you're a bitch,"
Jeez.
and then he moved on.
all right. A question from Sweaty Spooks. Exactly how much would a Todd Gator chuck for a Elmer Fudd raid?
I miss Elmer Fudd. I know he's been busy. He's slammed at work. Plus he had to move. He's in another state
Yeah.
now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to gaming with him again. He sent me a little picture of his frozen beard while he was delivering. Thought that was cool.
Nice.
It's a
You know
trick
he still
question.
plays D&D, right?
Yeah, I don't play D&D.
Oh, never mind then.
Last night he said that he's going to be coming back for Lightfall, and he will be doing his raids again. So we can get in on that.
Nice.
Madness.
Hell yeah, Fluffy.
Nice.
Definitely.
I know. I'm excited. I'm like, yep. Let's do
It's
it.
always fun when Elmer Fudd joins up. And at the end of the last segment of the raid, I'll always say something like, "You know what? I'm just glad we're all together." He'll say, "Shut the hell up, Gator." It's like an ism of his. I love it. It's his way of telling me he might like me. I'm good. I like that guy.
Sure.
All right. Moving on.
All right. Another question from Ralphie. Do you guys like seeing when I kill Hazel in a raid?
Was it via shoulder charge?
No,
So Ralph's probably a Titan. I don't know. What?
No, he killed me with his sparrow twice.
Oh, that's a dirty
Good job.
dog. Dirty dog.
Yeah. It was glorious.
My question is where?
DSC.
It's using those little
the,
doorways. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's classic. Yeah. I've
Uh,
killed many. I've killed
No,
many
actually,
people
it was in the
those doorways.
first. It was in the first encounter, actually.
Oh.
like in
Oh.
That
Oh,
too.
that's patient.
Yeah, just
I mean, it's
yeah.
still easy, but yeah, you just kind of have to have some patience to carry your sparrow all the way there. Nicely
Mhm.
done. It's like I normally get them just before the door opens when we're waiting on other people.
Oh yeah.
That's normally where I do my sparrow killing, and then pretend like it wasn't me. Wait, what?
Why are you still alive? I don't know. All right. Question from Three Fingers. What would you like to see? Would you like to see a crossover with Destiny? I think Warhammer 40K would be cool.
Agreed. That could be cool.
Cyberpunk.
No, go away.
We're getting that with LightFall, ain't we? Ain't that kind of the vibe?
Kind of, right?
LightFall?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Got to go with Fallout.
I can see it work.
Wait, there's other games?
I
digress.
definitely did make the comparison back in Rise of Iron that the that expansion's weapons did look a lot like the pipe weapons from Fallout.
We're just gonna
I've
come out
heard-
of left field and say Ninja Gaiden.
Ooh, that's good, man. I was gonna say
Hunter's already
Paperboy.
doing that.
I mean, we lost Blade Dance, but we did get back Special Blade. That did work.
And we got Chinese stars too. Remember?
Yeah.
So I got a question. So how many of y'all thought when the Vidoc showed us riding around our sparrow racing was coming back?
I've
No.
No.
Why
Okay.
are you
Give it up
No.
on that.
I was like,
All right.
I made a joke with my son. I was like, oh look, sparrow racing.
I've seen that Gator in a few discords though. Like that's definitely something that people are trying to make happen.
But if you guys notice,
Again?
they're incorporating
Oh.
sparrow racing into activities, right? Like we had sparrow racing in the raid that's gone, where you're being chased by a giant sunball, right? And we have a dungeon right now where you have to race on your sparrow and hit all those little lights in order to keep going. Otherwise, you run out of time and die. So it's not sparrow racing, but they're incorporating you go really fast on your sparrow or die into the game, and I enjoy that. I wouldn't mind more of that.
I would love SRL to come back.
Oh, yeah.
I would absolutely love SRL to come back. You can ask
Yeah,
Gato.
it's fun.
I was
it's
the
fun.
man in Grasp of Avarice on that Sparrow course. I clutched out many progressions in that area when we first were running it. I have a adoration for SRL, but even I have kind of given up on the ghost on asking for SRL.
Just bring back horns.
Sad.
Just give us our horns back.
That is also legitimately a thing that needs to happen.
gotta-
They can make
yeah.
so much money selling freaking sparrow horns. Give me my freaking duck quack back.
I had
Hey,
all those
real
horns,
quick.
man.
Real quick, my answer to the
did.
question is Dead Space.
Ooh.
I want to see the game
Yeah.
turn more horror.
They did it in Fortnite. They brought skins, Dead Space skins into Fortnite.
What haven't they done in Fortnite?
I
Though?
was just
I
about
know.
to say that you beat
I
me
mean,
by
I'm
a
just
second.
saying they did it this season. Is all I'm saying.
Like as soon as I see like Naruto and Goku, it's like, yeah, everything's gonna be in Fortnite. Like it just doesn't matter at this point in time.
When you have John Wick doing Kamehamehas, I think you've gone too far.
All right, Gator. Let's keep it going.
All right. Question from Ralphie. How do you predict the Light and Dark saga will end?
Everything's boned and gone. So we'll have to use. We'll essentially have to connect with awoken paracausal forces in order to keep doing space magic.
So
All right,
basically,
so-
we're going to lose our light. Is that what you're saying, Raven?
We're gonna lose everything,
Everything?
but
Dark.
the one
Okay.
paracausal, the one potential paracausal. Well, actually, there's two connections that we could gain without light and dark. Is indeed the distributary of the awoken. Wherever Mara and her Techians gain their paracausal capabilities that can interact with both light and dark, my theory is we'll have to connect to that, or, go the Ahamkara route, which for some reason is a little less interesting to me. But yeah.
Okay, so you're
Wow.
not saying that it's going to end with all rainbows and butterflies, that the Traveler is going to win, and that we'll just carry on and singing Kumbaya and stuff?
Just ignore
No, 'cause I
Hazel.
think-
He wants the world to burn.
No, because I think the Traveler is going to be revealed to be a douchebag.
Someone mentioned in the
that
chat.
Savathun's got to come back in,
Yeah.
and if we're fighting against the darkness, we might need Savathun's help, and Savathun and the Hive team up with us for once to overcome the darkness.
No, but I don't think it's going to be a straight cut thing, because again, like they said, they do say it's going to be the end of light and dark, and for some reason I just get this entire feel that everything's going to go. Because one thing that they definitely try to push is the fact that light does not equal good. Dark does not equal evil. They are philosophies. And I think
Right.
we're probably going to find out that the Traveler, Alpha Lupi, whatever might be controlling it, whatever, is just as much of a douchebag as the witnesses. And we're probably just going to disconnect from everything. Everything is going to be gone and done with. And we're going to find a new source of power to explore whatever mysteries are left
Final shape.
in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about just the dividing line between light and dark just going away? Why can't that be a thing? Because right now we are saying that this is light and this is dark. But what if it all just becomes power? No light, no dark, just power.
That exists.
Yeah.
I mean, something like that exists. The Awoken use it. They have the Awoken has a thing that their Techians, that Mara herself, can travel to the Ascendant Plane. She can hijack throne worlds, products of hive magic and darkness. She can hijack. She can feel out and do things with light. She contains a power that has no lines. It is just power.
I thought she was hot before. Jesus, you're selling her really well, dude.
I mean, one of the best lines she ever said was back in lore. My father, what was it? My father was darkness. My mother was starlight. Something like that. It was a fantastic line, but she's a product of both light and dark, because she was caught legitimately in the middle of the collapse when light and dark met. So they are paracausal without being tied to either of the paracausal entities. That's why I think something's going to happen. The light isn't going to be good. It's all just going to stalemate. They're going to kill each other. And the only thing left for us to connect to will be a similar power that the Awoken use.
So
That's why I think that.
you're saying it's going to go to the Matrix blank white room.
Oh God,
Sort
no.
of.
What? That's
No more Matrix.
Fine.
All right, guys, hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me
yeah,
out.
let's
Hear
it.
me out. It's going to end with another DLC, a season pass, and some updates to the Crucible.
I believe everything
Season of the
except the
Crucible.
Crucible. Everything
I
but
was
the
gonna say
Crucible.
that. Yeah, you lost me at Crucible, bro.
The final shape, they delete Crucible.
Game
final
comes
shape
just
of
the
Destiny.
PvP game.
The final shape is the Vanguard emblem, right?
It was all a joke this whole time. We gotcha.
The Traveler's been being controlled by Destiny, the game Reddit, this whole time.
Also, I
Not
did
wrong.
get pinged by Moose asking about the 9. The 9 are not paracausal. The 9, I've said this many times before, and it is like one of the craziest parts in Destiny lore ever. The 9 is sentient gravity. Not joking. So no, the 9 are only trying to amass power to disconnect themselves from the planets. Because if the planets die, they die. So they're trying to exist without that. So no, they have no outstanding capabilities on their own. So I don't think
You just said the craziest thing I've ever heard in my
sentient
life.
gravity.
Yeah, not even
Yeah,
in life. Sentient gravity. I'm done.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Later.
No, they're like dark fluid that got entangled into the into like the gravity or orbit of gravity wells of the planets and I believe sun of our solar system, and they just like their mass just kept looping and looping until they gained sentience. That is the 9. And I can't stress how much I'm not joking about that or making it up. It's in the lore.
No, I'm not saying you're joking, and I'm not saying you're making it up. That's what's crazy about it. It's the idea of sentient gravity.
Mhm.
What?
That's the 9. They are sentient gravity.
My
And
mind is broken. I'm done.
it is by far the most nuts sci-fi idea I've ever read in my life. But no, so yeah, I don't know what kind of role they could play, but there's that.
All right, next question. From Rolfie. Now that LightFall is only 2 weeks away, or a little less than 2 weeks now, we're all a little nostalgic. What is your worst and best Destiny WoW moment from previous expansions?
Oof.
All right, I'll go.
Go for it.
I was waiting. I was actually waiting for somebody else for a change. Nothing is ever going to top Cade going out, dude. I know I brought him up earlier, but that's because that's the most powerful thing that's ever happened to me in Destiny is when they killed Cade, and not just the fact that they killed him, right? Because that always made me angry. It's not just the fact that they killed him; it was how he went out. I mean, you could not ask for a better way to go, you know. And then the scenes afterwards were like I hate Zavala to begin with. And then you got Ikora just revenge mode, right? She's already thinking about gathering troops and just going for it, right? And then Zavala's like, no, we can't do that. We can't avenge him. And then she calls him a coward. Like that, the whole thing was just amazing, dude. Nothing's gonna top that for me, probably ever.
Anybody else?
Biggest wow moment. There's been so many.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
One of my first wow moments, that Destiny could have been something very different just from your, a normal shooter perspective, and how things could go, actually came from like OG Vault of Glass back in D1. Passing Templar, and you come to, the path to the Gorgon's Maze. And without a guide, without anything to tell you, it's like, oh, just jump, right? Being trained by Destiny, which, wasn't a lot then. Being trained by Destiny that, your path is always going to be like pretty clear cut in front of you once you make it to a place. And then just having just this drop. And you're like, what do we do now? Just standing in front of that cliff face for the first time, trying to figure out what do we do? And there's just saying, well, you know what? Screw it. And jumping like that first time and surviving that land with just so little health to find out that was the right choice was probably my first wow moment of Destiny.
Is nobody here surprised that the Traveler resurrected Savathun? Was that not a wow moment for anybody here? I figured at least one person would say that.
No, but Saint 14 walking through that portal, punching his way through piles of Vex and being like, I'm back, was always fun. But I've always been a big fan of Saint 14, so that's always been special.
I knew about Savathun being resurrected by the light like 3 seasons before it happened, at least, because I was in on the spoilers. So, no, it turned out to not be a huge wow moment for me. Wow that they did that it was right, but I don't know. For some reason, it made sense. The bigger wow moment I think of that was finding out that that was the original plan. This episode was supposed to be chosen, but the witness ended up shoving its nose into the situation.
My wow moment was from the Vidoc seeing that in Season of Defiance, Devram's gonna come down from his fucking tower.
Right.
Maybe he'll actually shoot something
All right,
Instead of just
and hit
holding.
it, and hit it this time.
I'll put my I'll put my 2 cents in here, because when we actually saw the face of the witness at the very end cutscene of the Witch Queen campaign, that freaked me out a little bit, and that's definitely one of my top moments.
Yeah, before the memes started rolling in, he was a very disturbing figure. You know, until everyone started comparing him to Megamind, and thus basically demystified him entirely. Poor guy.
Megamind with anime eyes.
That's exactly what I thought. Like Megamind meets Bugs Bunny.
I really want to make him angry. I was going to say the bad word, but I want to make him angry because he's so composed, right? Like all the time. I want to see him lose his mind. I want to see him get so mad at us for spoiling his plans that he just loses his composure.
If it's even possible.
I can see it happening.
All right, I'm looking at the clock here. Let's take a couple more questions. So, your choice, RNG.
All right,
I was looking
Because
at
we're all
Peter.
we're all flashing the camera here, so we got to wrap it up.
We
Yeah,
are
hopefully Sin's
definitely
not
flashing.
naked.
Yeah,
Hey.
we're approaching the
I
3 hour
stripped
mark. That's
down
for sure.
I stripped down for coming to the basement. Let me tell you, I took
Anyone
off the work
not
shirt and
watching this
everything.
live, you are missing out on all our lovely mugs here.
Shenanigans, all of it.
That's a very nice bikini you're wearing, Sin.
I know,
really
right?
brings out your
Sexy.
Look at all these faces. I feel like I'm in a Zoom call. Gosh.
Hey, is that a problem?
No, that's not a problem.
And then
No problem.
someone's like, "Yeah, like who's talking? Which one?"
No. I'm with Dummy here. Who am I pointing at? I have no clue.
On my screen, you're pointing at no one, so you're the dumb.
Yeah. On my screen, you're pointing towards
I'm
like
with Dummy here.
the chat room.
All right, RNG.
All right,
Handpicked.
Next question from Sheriff Half Panda. What item type, ship, sparrow, ornament, weapon, armor, etc. do you think Bungie has done the best design work on?
I'll go first. I really like the OG Trials ornaments, and I really like the kitty cat cloak.
You mean the Batman cloak?
Oh, the kitty cat cloak from D1.
Yeah, the Batman cloak.
I said kitty cat cloak, damn it!
Well, I
Know
said
your place.
Batman cloak. No, you know your place. Put a black shader on, and that was a Batman cloak.
Oh, it's better.
Actually, I
Oh,
never
favorite
ended up
ornament.
getting that cloak.
Jeez.
I ended up with the helmet without the cloak, which
Yeah,
just
cheat.
you know
I gotta look at
the
that.
entire book was nice. Anyway, what have they done the best on?
Gotta look at them.
I'm gonna say some of the ships. Some of the ships designs they've really have
Yeah.
really they've really come out with some
They're very good.
amazing. One of my favorites, hilariously, is I believe is called. Is it Radiant and Scepter? I believe the ship we got with Hawkmoon.
Yeah, I actually have that on one of my characters. It's the big flat ship. Yeah.
Yeah, which lore accurate that is Crow ship,
Hmm.
because that ship was gifted to Crow by the Light. Just saying.
He's all like, damn it, now I gotta take it off.
Right.
figure it
Because there is a lore page. That yeah.
The one thing I always buy when I'm looking through Eververse is weapon ornaments, because I can always switch those out. And once you buy them, they're all like right there. You can scroll through them. So as far as ornaments go, that's what I focus on, are the weapon ornaments that are usually available in Eververse. If I'm going to use my Bright Dust for something, it's pretty expensive, but that would be my answer.
Ew, no, never. You know why? Because nobody ever sees your weapons. Then, in my
I
opinion,
do.
anyway.
Wouldn't it be
So,
cool, like,
see it.
if they could like pick up your weapons and then other people could like use your weapons?
Right?
Like Call of Duty, yes, and Battlefield. Yeah.
Sorry,
That would be
Gator,
awesome.
I had to.
It's all
You
right.
set yourself
It's
up.
all right. I'm good with it.
What's the name of the sniper rifle where you combine 4 rounds into one?
Izanagi.
Izanagi's.
Thank
Yeah.
you. The Buster Sword skin for Izanagi's. Yeah. That's gonna
That's a
be
good
bad.
one.
The
That's good.
Phoenix Fall for Phoenix Protocol for Warlock. That
Those are
chest,
the ones. I'm like drawing a blank, but Phoenix Protocols. Yeah, Phoenix Protocols are the ones that look amazing, but no one ever uses, right?
No, they're the ones that everybody uses because it
What's
gives
the
you.
What's the one I'm thinking of? There's one Warlock
Are you
exotic,
thinking of Starfire Protocol?
potentially. I don't know, but there's one Warlock exotic chest piece that looks amazing,
Simon
but it's like
Alchemy.
Oh, with the feathers?
I think so.
Isn't that
Simon
Phoenix?
Alchemy
I'll
looks
have
makes
to
you look
now,
like
but-
Dracula.
I don't know. Either way, but there's one chest piece that looks absolutely amazing, but it's
Are you talking about the
Looks
one
like-
that gives you the overshield but not the head?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
have to
confused. Sorry.
look into it and like report back.
Oh,
Later, it's
Ophidians. Let's talk about Ophidians, guys.
Oh, got you. Current game,
Yeah,
not coming.
totally.
Got you.
Totally Ophidians.
All right, ready for the next one?
Wait a minute. The ornament, by the way, is on my Witherhoard. It's called Drowned in Strife. It has all the Savathun or the hive markings on the side. It all glow. That was my favorite ornament.
The Flex Enhanced replicates for the Syntheseps that make them look like they're wrapped in Siva. Because who doesn't love punching with Siva?
Oh my god, I love those.
Oh man, no one wants Siva. God damn it! I hate every time you say Siva and you remind me of that parody.
Siva.
All right, next question. This one's from Sweaty Spooks. This one's for Gator. Legacy weapons. What weapon in your vault, relevant to current meta or not, would you trade all of your weapons to protect, and why?
I would have to wait a minute. I have to trade in all my weapons and armor, or just weapons? What one weapon would I trade if I had
trade
to
all your weapons to protect?
protect?
Yeah, so like
Okay.
basically the spirit of the question is everybody has that one weapon that's like
Yeah.
their
Mhm.
nostalgic golden legacy weapon. So what is your most valuable weapon that you would like probably spend more than you're comfortable with to protect?
This is not going to influence any future fundraising, right? You're not going to use this against me.
I
I will
mean,
say no or
I mean,
yes to
maybe.
that.
I guess there's no
I
answer.
got
to that.
mean,
lives
you
in my
act-
pocket right now. We're good.
Okay,
You
I'm looking
have
for
the
my-
choice to just not listen to them too.
that's true, too.
Exactly. I mean, it's not like we can get into your vault and
Yeah.
Man, I got a ton. But
You
you know
can
what?
trick
You know
us.
what? You know what I hang on to, and it's probably useless now, but I just love the feel of it. Is my inaugural address. That 390 from the Leviathan raid, the 390 pulse rifle. It's void. I refuse to get rid of that rifle. It looks so good too, and it's like butter. I need to use it in Crucible just to see how it works. But it's got kill clip outlaw on it.
Does it have a higher kill count than your Telesto?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't know you were talking exotics. I thought you were talking about legendary. Exotics is
No,
going to be
I
like
was-
Telesto.
No, it doesn't matter which weapon. I was just kind of thinking of that. I
Telesto.
was
That
like,
goes without.
you
Let's
use
just say that
Telesto
goes
quite a
without
bit too.
saying. The Telesto goes out saying. What is my current count? Does it even show on dim? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Oh well. I think I've got 50,000 on it. Maybe more
50,000?
kills.
Oh, PvP.
Not PvP combined. Yeah, because I'm a void lock and I use void,
just all
so
around.
it makes
Still
sense.
seems
to
low,
use it.
though.
I think I got 10,000 in Crucible. That's a lot for Crucible. All right. One more
I have
question.
2 more questions.
2 more. Okay, go for it.
2 more.
Go for it.
I'm in charge. I'm the captain now. Question from Moose. You get to add one subclass theme. What is it, and what's the gameplay loop of it?
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
It's something brand new. It's never been done before. Okay. It's going to be on Titan, and you get to punch something.
You motherfucker.
I want to add a drunken kung fu element. This was in was it in Tekken or was it in the Wu-Tang game? It was in one of those fighting games, but where you can make the other opponent like drunk. So like, you know, it messes with their ability to move and messes with their orientation and what they can see.
Isn't that like every Mortal Kombat
about
game has that?
Isn't that just every arc subclass?
Hey, how about spiders that come out of a warlock and chase Hazel? Oh wait,
I like it.
we're doing that.
I like it. Hey,
I
get the
like
spider
it.
picks.
We
Come
have
on,
a gun
chat.
that shoots
some
spiders
spider
already.
picks.
There you go.
Nah.
You should definitely not play Hogwarts Legacy then. There are tons of spiders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't like it, Hazel.
Giant
I can
spiders.
tell you that right now.
Not for you.
Nice.
Definitely not for you.
Nah. They
Stay away from the forbidden forest.
Thank you,
All
Fluffy.
right.
It's a happy
would-
medium. It's
That's
not
to
a
say that
scary
you can't be
spider.
mad
Spider.
at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun spider.
Hazel's like, I'm out.
All right. Last question
All right, here we
from
go.
Three Fingers. What would happen if the traveler went into the Dreaming City?
Well, the
I don't
Taken
understand
Goo's
the
still in there.
question.
Taken Goo's still in there, right? Still.
Into the Dreaming City? Yeah, what's
Like if it lived at the Dreaming City, or if it granted the Awoken its powers. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Is it like
Yeah, they
renting
do.
an apartment short term or moving in? Or
Right?
I would say, what would it do to the Dreaming City if it landed there? Would it affect the curse? I'm guess is what he's probably asking.
curse?
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be a big explosion.
The memes.
The waves would be so much gnarlier in the Dreaming City.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Well, that's the thing, because the curse of the Dreaming City doesn't actually affect us.
Doesn't? What about the traveler?
Even
though?
though, I mean, we've been in and out of the Dreaming City ever since that curse was implemented. It's the Awoken and I forget her name.
Petra?
Savathun's daughter. No, Savathun's daughter.
Oh.
And the boss of the raid that are in that loop. I'm just trying to think,
Riven?
because I mean, yeah, Riven. There we go. Thank you.
No.
Yeah, they're
Savathun's daughter? I thought she was Nahamkara.
no. The boss of the dungeon, Shattered
Oh.
Throne, is
Oh.
Savathun's
I gotcha.
daughter, maybe. I think. It's been a while since I've read that lore, but Dueling Kara. Thank you, Kato. Yeah, Dueling Kara. And Riven pretty much create the loop of power needed to keep the curse going. So canonically, other than Callus with his robot explanation, Last Wish is legitimately a raid that cannot be finished until they actually do like a story update and like change the Dreaming City. But as far as potentially the Traveler could break it if it cared, maybe. But again, this is just a lot of speculation and stuff that hard to say.
Yeah, I think. Des
But I
answered
mean, if
that
it
the
just
best.
goes to if it just goes to the Dreaming City, I mean, it's not like. I mean, sure, the Traveler can like terraform planets, but I mean, it's not going to make anything explode or anything, as far as I know. But yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of. It's a whole heft of speculation.
All right. Thank you, RNG, for collecting the questions from our chat tonight. We appreciate it, buddy. And that's it, guys. That is our show. But I wanted to wrap up before we leave. I wanted everyone to just give their final thoughts about the whole everything. My God, we've gotten flooded with information this week. just real quick, final thoughts. Let's go from what I can see is the top. Let's start with Sweaty Spooks.
Well, to be fair, I've been a little bit preoccupied the past week or so. So I haven't been diving deeply. That's a underscore word here, into all of the content that's been released about everything that's going to be coming out in LightFall. I mean, of course, I've dived into the TWAB and took a quick skim, and I've here having the discussion with you folks, but I haven't taken a deep dive into anything, and I kind of like that aspect that there's going to be a little bit of a surprise. Like, I have an idea of what I'm in for, but at the same time, I still don't really know. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I remember seeing I don't even remember what they're called anymore. The Striders. Do you remember what their proper term is from Neomuna?
Cloud
The
Striders?
protectors of
Cloud Striders?
yes.
Cloud Striders.
Cloud-
Yeah, Cloud
yeah,
Striders.
Club Striders.
Silver Surfer.
So do you remember how those there was two of them and one of them had a beard in the game? Did you notice that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No
That's
beards.
wow,
Rohan.
yeah,
Not gonna get any
and
beards.
Nimbus is the rookie.
Right. So I was just kind of like, oh, this is going to be just a different interaction in the game in general. So I'm looking forward to how that interaction works. I'm also looking forward to some of the weapons. There's been a lot of recent hot topics surrounding that subject with weapons and stuff. There's been some speculation. I in particular have been paying more attention into Gator, the hand cannon aspect of things.
That's all right.
right.
It's okay.
My man.
Potato.
But I mean, in some of the artwork, there was a hunter, and he was presenting this hand cannon. If you look at it, the base model of the hand cannon reminds me of Not Forgotten, just with like a whole bunch of extra features added onto it, like an extended barrel. There was some underpieces. But anyways, there was, of course, talk back and forth being like, well, it has a 180 handle, so it must be a 180. And then it's like, no, that's dogwash. It's obviously a 140. So I don't know what it ended up being. I think it actually ended up being a 120. Everybody was wrong. But I don't really know. That's just all, like I say, what I see and have come across in the Vine, if you will. So just like I say, when it's pre-launch, you just take everything with a grain of salt. We'll see upon launch. We'll see what happens. I'm looking.
Very cool. Fluffy, what do you think, man? What's final thoughts of what you've heard so far?
Totally a dead game. Probably not going to buy it.
Hashtag
And
dead game.
I'm going to go play Gwent.
Yep. I'm canceling my pre-order.
Shit.
Can I get my money back?
I'm worried about Crucial, man. I really am. I hope they do something.
I'm not.
You're not?
I mean, dude, like, I want them to do stuff all the time, but you start off the season, you play PvE, you enjoy the story, you do all that, and when you get sick of the PvE, you play PvP. You do it with your friends,
It's
and
the
you have
end
fun.
game. It's the ultimate end game. At least it is for me. All right, Mr. Sin Media. I know you haven't had much time to talk, so what do you think, man? What do you think so far?
Well, at least I'm not live from the road or live playing the game at the moment, so you at least get that.
Yeah,
I try not to seem super distracted while I'm on camera here.
sure.
I am super excited for Lightfall. My birthday is at the end of the month, so this falls just a few days after my birthday, so it's super exciting for that. And Strand, I'm definitely interested in checking that out. I was listening to y'all's last podcast with the thoughts on Strand and kind of ranking them. I do believe Titans probably is the bottom of the barrel from what I've seen so far, but I am still going to be excited to try it out and try the other classes as well. And the story, I'm big into the story. After going through Ragnarok and Hogwarts Legacy so far, and just diving into that story, I'm super excited to dive into the Lightfall story and see where that really takes us.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Kingsley Mac.
And hopefully it's magical.
Magical.
Yeah, who knows how the game will be. No, I'm excited, of course. I've been kind of like super chill this time around and not thinking about it too much. And the time has seemed to be passing even quicker. Go figure. But I'll be hopping into it, of course, right away and looking forward to the campaign and everything. And Fluffy's beautiful face. And
It's gorgeous, isn't it? That hair, man. I'm so jealous.
And
Imagine
and
meeting
of
him
course
in
the
person.
raid coming out.
I got you, man. I know you
Oh
know
yeah.
about that.
Well,
raid.
I've met a few of y'all. Haven't met Fluffy in person, but
Yep.
Yeah, Gator and I basically just sat in the parking lot and he ran his hands through my hair like for an
It's
hour.
like, man, just one more second, man. One more second. Come on.
people
I
listening.
got a-
after
I
the
got a
fact,
funny
we're all
story.
distracted because we're seeing everyone's faces, so
Yeah.
that's why we're all
Yeah.
distracted.
Funny story.
So is that part of the additional bonus content, or need to pay extra for that? Is that a special fee that I need to get
Whoa.
Yeah,
into,
someone's
or
doing a video record. We
Hold
can
on a sec.
sell
Yeah.
this.
What? Oh, you.
Damn, Parody, what happened to your mic,
Wow,
bro?
your volume went crazy.
oh, did it probably?
No, no. Go ahead. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Parody. What do you think, man? What are your final thoughts?
Was my mic okay, or is it picking up the?
No, I brought you
mic on
down.
the camera that I just
I
plugged
think
in?
it's picking up the other mic, not your.
Yeah,
good
I
mic.
think your
Yeah.
camera mic kicked in.
Here, is that better?
You're
Not yet.
fine. You're fine. I adjusted. Yeah, go for it, man.
Change your Discord settings.
What do you think?
Yeah, that'd be
Final
fine.
thoughts going into the next season.
I think final thoughts next season is going to be it's all Gambit. I mean, honestly, I'm really curious to see how Strand plays out. It's going to come out of the gate really hot.
Yeah.
They're going to then nerf it because it's going to be super hot, just like they did with Stasis. That's what they said they're going to do. I'm just excited to enter entering a whole new year of LightFall. We did Shadowkey, we did Beyond Light, we did Witch Queen. Now we're going to LightFall. Finally, I remember they said somewhere along the line, hey, we're finally in a place that's not just a big science lab. We're finally in a place where it's like either they did science or they were doing science or they might do science. So I'm just excited to be just in a different environment and just see what Strand does. And the other part of me just says, how horribly broken is Strand going to be when it comes out, and what sort of ridiculous, game-breaking things in the PVM Playerverse map guys are going to find ways to get out of maps that Bungie's going, oh, we didn't think about that. So it's going to be fun. I can't decide if I think the game will be working at the end of February or if it'll be one of those like you're going to need to wait till like March 3rd to start playing it because there might be some issues.
Yeah, there's always that worry. That's for sure. Let's see. All right, no one responds. What's your final thoughts, man?
Yay! I got 3 words for you.
Uh-huh.
Build crafting, right?
Man, you're
So-
saying it, man.
They're removing all the elements. Finally, right? They're giving us 10 slots in game per character for crafting. They're making it so that any mod can go on any armor piece. I mean, it's the possibilities just exploded. Like right now, Plunder the Booties channel is about to get hype AF right now. I'm telling you, it's going to get nutty. And that is what I'm most excited for. Strand is coming out. Strand's going to be great. Don't get me wrong. Going to be great. But build crafting is going to be the most exciting thing coming in the game by far.
It's I was telling
Whoop.
Hazel, it's 3D chess now because of so many different changes they made to all the armor mods and how they craft stuff. It's going to be fun. No more elemental affinity. You can stack mods like you want. It's going to be a lot of fun. RNG. What do you think, man? What are you thinking about?
I'm ready for it. I'm not as super hyped. I'll save it until it comes out, what my thoughts are. But I mean, I'm excited for what's coming. I'm not crazy as hyped as I was maybe for Witch Queen, but
Yeah.
It's there.
Way to be a party pooper. You ruined the
Wow,
whole
what a
podcast, Gator.
All right,
Man.
I gave him a whole. No, I don't give a shit. I don't care what.
Well, everyone, he's not our favorite mod
Railed the
anymore.
Okay.
hype train. There goes the hype
Yep.
train off the tracks.
Bring it
Hazel,
in a little bit, okay, RNG? Just
Yeah.
bring it back in.
Come
a
on,
little
man.
bit, okay?
I know you're excited.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
It leaves you, Hazel.
Something crazy.
What do you think, man?
Oh man, I'm so excited for season 21. I could give a shit less about season 20, unfortunately. But maybe the story will be good and hopefully carry it. But give me season 21 with no power grind and all the goodness that is everything that we all want. I'm super excited for that. The challenge, come on, let's go.
We talked about it. We thought
Do you
about
feel-
they would maybe.
Do you feel
ramp-
just a little?
Go ahead, Parody.
Sorry. Do you feel just a little bad for like whatever team put together this crafting system with all these elements and they're gonna do all these things and then they're like
No.
scrapping the whole thing, just
No.
throw it all out the window.
It's just too complicated.
Who do you feel
Oh
worse
no,
for,
no, I mean
that
totally
group?
agree. Just at the currencies team, I'm happy they're
Yeah,
like,
all
we're
right.
not going to give you 17 new currencies because I was like, oh, you're taking them away just to give us 17 more in Lightfall.
Who do you
Here
feel
at
worse for,
Bungie,
that
we
group?
appreciate all of the hard work that you've done, but we're going to throw it out now, and the reward for your good work is more work.
Yeah. Hey, we're taking away all the build crafting materials, and everything is going to cost way too many legendary shards.
Jeez. You know what? You know what's going to be a shortage of next season? Enhancement cores, because they're taking the place of the building materials for weapon crafting and stuff. I mark my words.
Get the fuck out of here.
Whatever.
Only deficit is going to be your account because you have 20 accounts.
I don't.
That you have
I don't
200
have 20
enhancement cores
accounts.
on each.
I don't.
I have over 1,000
Well, you got
enhancement
17,
cores.
right?
I have a
The
I had
economy
1,000.
sucks if you're playing multiple accounts.
I had 1,000 cores on my primary account, and I used them up pretty quick. This was not related to the.
What are you spending them on?
No, I think no. You know what I was using them for? To get armor enhancement prisms. In order to get enhancement prisms, to get enhancement the golf balls. That's what I remember. I used a lot.
You know how you fix that?
How's that?
You fix that by running GMs.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I've seen the
Or
light.
just not buying
There's
some
Hazel.
stuff.
He's freaking out.
Or
No,
raids.
hard disagree.
Enhancement cores can drop from raids.
I was running
Yeah, they
GMs.
can.
You know what the GMs did? The freaking blues from the GMs got rid of my 50 shards and 10 golf balls out of my vault. And then
That
after
sounds
they're
like a
gone,
management problem.
after they're gone, I get the notification. Your vault's full, by the way. Like, oh, you couldn't tell me before you got
You're
rid
a
of the shards
PC
and golf
player,
balls?
right, Respawn? You play PC, right?
Yeah.
How many monitors you have?
That's irrelevant, okay?
It's not irrelevant when you can have dim up on another screen and see what your inventory is by clicking refresh. Especially if you
But
know
I
you're
have to
using.
click the refresh.
the-
No,
It
okay.
doesn't help if you have ADD.
Honestly speaking, I mean,
You're not
I'm
helping
making jokes
yourself,
here, right?
Respawn.
But honestly speaking, I didn't even pay attention because Bungie said that there were going to be no more blues, right? So I went hard grinding in the GM, didn't even pay attention to the drops because I assumed there were going to be no blues. It says my vault is full. I go look at not vault. Postmaster's full. I go look at it. All blues. My crap is gone. I was livid.
But they fixed that though. There's no more blues dropping now if you're past the soft cap, right?
Yeah, now.
Oh, okay.
After my
I mean,
stuff is
I
gone.
got you. All right, my final thoughts. I know we're trying to wrap up here. Two things I'm really looking forward to Lightfall. I love the fact that there's going to be a story on Neomuna, so a whole new space, whole new open area, and a whole new patrol area. Patrols, yeah, I said it. But what I'm looking forward to is the fact that the season is going to be back at home, fighting against the invasion on EDZ and things like that. I love the fact that they're coming from two different fronts, and if it's even half as good as the Witch Crane story, I'll be in. So the story. That's what I'm looking forward to. So that's what I'm hoping will turn out to be good. All right, everyone, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I wanted to go around the horn. Everyone plug their podcast, where they can find you. Let's start from the top here. That's Parody. You want to do your you're usually the one doing it, so go for it.
I know it's real bad when I don't show up. They don't know how to end the show, start the show. It gets real dicey. No, I'm here from Two Titans and a Hunter. We're here with Respawn. Night Team unfortunately had to go. I don't know. I assume do something with the new king. I don't know what he does these days. He has a new job. He does something. You can find us Two Titans and a Hunter. Shove it into a search box. You'll find us. I believe in you.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Respawn. We start with you.
Thanks.
Go with you next.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, well, Parody just plugged it. Yeah, no one respawns in real life from the show Two Titans and a Hunter. We are literally everywhere. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, watch YouTube, watch Twitch, you'll find us. So, like Parody said, I also believe in you.
Let's go with Sweaty Spooks.
My name is Sweaty Spooks from the Blueberry Loung podcast. My co-host Native Raider as well. He had to leave a little bit early for work reasons, which is totally acceptable. You can reach out to me on Twitter if you wish at sweaty_spooks, or you can find me in all of the Discords lurking.
Thanks for joining us tonight, man, as one of our newest members of the Owl Sector Alliance.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I was actually so excited because I started as a fan of this, and I had been listening to this. What started as a tripod for a number of
Yes.
years, if you will. So I was very, very excited to be here today. So thank you.
Hey man, I dig what you're doing. Your YouTube videos. You're doing great work on your podcast, man. You've come a long way. I'm proud of you, man. You're doing great. There's great stuff out there. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fluffy Fingers MD.
Hey guys, that's me. He said my name already. I like running. I own a Miata. Sometimes if it's like dark in the basement and I'm going up the stairs, I feel like things are chasing me, so I run a little bit faster. And why are people laughing? I'm just gonna,
Nothing. Go ahead, man. Go
Bye.
No,
Is it
I
spiders?
just remember the old joke about MD standing for Miata driver.
Hmm.
No, I play a fake doctor online.
Seems like a good place to play
Dr.
that game.
Don't you
Fingers,
have
is that
don't
your
you have
name?
like a podcast or something, Fluffy?
Oh, that'd be cool. No.
Okay. Only the oldest podcast here.
We
That's
just
all.
found you off the street. Some rando.
Hey, Fluffy,
we
do
have
you want to do a
Stay With Thumb's
podcast?
podcast. What you got to do is you got to go to Google and you type in Destiny 2 podcast and you find Two Titans and a Hunter.
Exactly.
And then you get introduced to the community and then you find our podcast.
Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a great podcast, man. You've had some really great people on there lately too. Yeah. Good stuff. Like Mr.
I know.
Elmer
It's
Fudd
weird.
Games.
They never come back though.
Oh, we're about due. I think we need to come back and talk to you guys.
Yeah, Fudd was on this week. That was fun. Actually, you know what, community? Average D2 Gamer is on next Saturday. Not tomorrow,
Awesome.
but next Saturday.
Awesome.
Hit me up in the
I'm
DM
excited
with
for
some
that.
ridiculous ass questions for him.
There you go.
That's all I ask.
He's a good guy. I like that guy.
Wow, I can't help but
Will
notice that
do.
nobody from Two Titans and a Hunter's ever been invited to your show.
I think we need to fix that.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You can-
yeah, I think we should.
I wouldn't.
I don't
I wouldn't
think- I
invite
don't think
Respawn. Just saying.
They
I'll
only
fill the
invite
dead
people
space, I
that
promise
clean out
you.
their postmaster properly.
Yeah. Well, that leaves you, Sin and Kingsley Mac
And Des.
and
We'll
Des.
go in
Yes.
No, I-
normal order.
Sorry, I'm looking at
I,
faces here. Sorry.
I can entirely forgotten. I can't get the last words. I mean, good God. But no, I am Yes Raven. You can find me on Twitter at the _Raven, where I'm not likely to respond because it's a running gag. Go check out the Guardian Hub for the history of that running gag. It's not as funny as I make it out to be. Trust me. But of course, you can find me lounging, laundering, and answering lore stuff. I'm running out of steam pretty quickly here.
That's fine.
Across the Discords. I'm like resident lore guy on Guardian Down, Guardian Hub. I haven't joined many other Discords because they seem to be multiplying. And yeah,
Every week there's a
Anyway.
new one.
There is.
I know, right? Just about. So yeah, Sin.
Well, you can certainly find me on Twitter at sin_media or here in the Discords, multiples of them. And Kingsley, Super Soaker, Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ Mac, take us out.
Yes, you can find me as Kingsley Mac all the places. Not by any of those names, but I stream occasionally while I'm on Twitch, mostly for friends while I'm raiding. You can also find out our show. Did you know we just had our 200th episode for the Guardian Hub? And check that out. It's not out yet, but it will be out soon. And actually, by the time you're hearing this may be out after our 200th episode if you're not listening live. But anyways,
It'll come out
yeah.
coinciding.
But find out everything about our show, our website, how to join us, the Discord, at theguardianhub.com.
The best hub on the net.
There it is. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys coming on. RNG Gator, did you?
You know, I just had to jump in just for that part
Mhm.
right
Of
there.
course.
I
Had to be
had to
there for
come
the ending.
just for that part.
Absolutely. It's like
Contract.
a trademark. Yeah. RNG Gator,
My
where can people
obligation,
find you, sir?
unlike Sweaty Spooks.
You can find me in the Discord, especially in Guardian Downcast with Rodimus, telling people to go chat in the right channels. You can find me on Twitter as RNG Gator.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your work tonight, man. Keeping everything in order. I can't look at
No
the
problem.
chat just when I'm doing live shows. I can't do it. And of course, my partner in crime, Mr. Hazel, NT. Where can people find you, sir?
Quick and easy. Hazel NT anywhere and everywhere, pretty much all the places.
Gotta love the branding. You can find me at Todd the Gator on Twitter and all that good stuff. We have a podcast called Guardian Downcast. We're two dads that started this game back when Destiny was just a little baby, and yeah, we've done it all these years, and I guess this is going on our fifth season. Damn. Yeah, you can find us at guardiandowncast.com or in our Discord that we're talking through you right now. That is discord.gg/Guardian Downcast. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat, for stopping by and talking with us and insulting probably me most of the time, but that's all right. We appreciate you. And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you very much for joining tonight. And later, Guardian.
Guardians are measured by their worth. So stand, fight.